30 days to the 2024 polls. Hashtag Stop Galamsey now still on. Good morning and welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, Hits 103.9 FM, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, on myjoyonline.com, also live in all 16 regions of Ghana, on X Spaces and Facebook. Coming up, Parliament is set for another showdown today as MPs reconvene for an emergency sitting requested by NPP MPs, while the NDC maintains that it still holds the majority.
We shall be taking our seat in the chamber in accordance to the majority side, and we shall be open to supporting our colleagues in the minority.
Also coming up, Attorney General Godfrey Abodami describes as non-negotiable the Supreme Court's order to the Speaker of Parliament to reverse his declaration on the 4 seats in Parliament.
A failure to adhere to this will lead the nation down anarchy, and it must be avoided.
In business,
Public Interest and Accountability Committee PIAC questions government's commitment to industry as the sector received no funds from oil revenue in the first half of the year. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
Also coming up, NDC rejects the EC's final voter register after the Commission failed to produce voter information it requested for.
We are not going to take the register. We've returned it. We are officially telling we have returned the drive back to them until we get the summaries. What is she talking about?
Personally, I see that as the Commission being so disrespectful to us.
Well, this is how the Electoral Commission responded.
It's a request you are making. It is not binding in law. I mean, we are not obliged to give it to you.
Also coming up,
the outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for.
Defeated Kamala Harris finally concedes defeat in a concession speech after congratulating President-elect Donald Trump.
But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory.
These and more with me, Mamisi Nyamiche Thompson. Stay. A showdown is expected today in Parliament as MPs reconvene for an emergency sitting requested by NPP MPs. Now, this meeting followed the indefinite adjournment by the Speaker after a crisis caused by the declaration of 4 seats vacant. The NDC MPs insist it will take over the majority side of the House. We'll hear from their Chief Whip shortly. First, listen to this report on a no-holds-barred press conference at which the Speaker accused the Executive and the Judiciary of conspiring to weaken Parliament.
The Speaker of Parliament, speaking for the first time in an interaction with journalists in Parliament, said it appears there is a collusion between the Executive and the Judiciary to weaken Parliament.
The Judiciary and the Executive are seemingly colluding to weaken Parliament.
The Speaker of Parliament says despite the NPP not having enough numbers to actually ram their business through, as we have seen in previous Parliament, he and the NDC MPs have bended over backwards sometimes to allow government business through.
The NDC members of Parliament, however, understood the situation and on a daily basis cooperated with the NPP members of Parliament to see government business through. In spite of this, the NDC members are said to be saboteurs.
The Speaker of Parliament says some of these matters that have ended up at the Supreme Court could have been handled maturely in Parliament. He says both the President and the Supreme Court have sinned against the Constitution of Ghana.
The powers of the judiciary ends where the nose of Parliament starts. Both the President and the judiciary have sinned against the Constitution and must seek the opportunity to confess and repent to be forgiven.
Well, ahead of the sitting, Kwame governs Abuja, the Chief Whip of the NDC caucus, insists his side is the majority in Parliament and will occupy that side of the House.
We shall take our rightful place in the chamber as to where we sit and wait for whatever businesses that may come in front of us. Our advice to our colleagues in the minority MPP is to try and prioritize business that is in the interest of the people of this country. We shall be taking our seat in the chamber in accordance to the majority side, which we are in Parliament.
Meanwhile, First Deputy Majority Whip Habib Idris insists the NPP MPs are majority.
What I say and assure Ghanaians is that the NPP and we in the majority side, we are law-abiding citizens. We enjoy the democracy that we are all enjoying. We will not involve in any act of violence, any act of confrontation, anything to mar the beauty of what democracy.
Well, you can trust Joy News to update you on all the details. Keep your dial right here. Well, Attorney General Godfrey Adami has described the Supreme Court's orders to the Speaker of Parliament as non-negotiable to reverse his declaration of 4 seats in Parliament as vacant. As Parliament reconvenes, the AG is warning that defiance of the court's directive could plunge the nation into chaos.
Supremacy is not in any individual in the country. Supremacy is in the Constitution. And the Constitution, when it sets out certain functions and rules for people to perform, that must be observed. The Supreme Court has the power to issue orders, directions, decisions for people to comply with, and that must be done. And I think that it's also again non-negotiable for persons to obey orders, directions, and decisions of the Supreme Court of Ghana. A failure to adhere to this will lead the nation down anarchy, and it must be avoided.
Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants CIMA, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. Syntex Tanks, a strong, a tough, and potential real estate. Your trusted partner in real estate.
The NDC has rejected the Electoral Commission's final voter register shortly after the Commission declared the document certified and fit for the December elections. The party requested all voter information, but the EC failed to deliver it after more than 6 hours. The NDC later refused to accept the register while disputing the Commission's claim that the register was certified. My colleague Michael Ashali was there and reports.
Of the Electoral Commission, Jan Mensah says the EC has finally compiled the final voters register after resolving all outstanding issues with the register.
It is finished.
What started out as a regular presentation of the final voters register to the various political parties soon turned chaotic. NDC's Deputy Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Rashid Tanko, described the register as incomplete.
Why not add that one to that certified to make it certified? Because it appeared it's incomplete.
He also rejected the EC's use of the word certified register.
Have you had any adjudication committee and you are satisfying a register?
The EC, in response, asked for some time to produce the summary statistics. After a 6-hour wait, the Commission returned with an apology.
Well, that report by Michael Ashale will bring you the details in subsequent bulletins. Now, defeated U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has finally considered defeat to Donald Trump. In her speech last night, she congratulated President-elect Donald Trump while promising a smooth transition of power. Listen.
My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say the light of America's promise will always burn bright. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition.
U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has expressed confidence that the bilateral relationship between the U.S. and Ghana will remain strong and stable despite the outcome of the recently concluded U.S. presidential elections. She spoke at a press briefing in Accra.
At around 5:30 a.m., some members of the American community in Ghana had started arriving at the official residence of the U.S. ambassador to Ghana. It wasn't long until the ambassador herself, Virginia Palmer, showed up at the watch party The gathering was for a simple reason: to witness the outcome of the historic elections of the United States. But as minutes turned into hours, with 3 giant screens in the hall showing results from Fox News, BBC News and CNN, it was looking increasingly obvious that former President Donald Trump would make a return to the White House. With BBC News and CNN projecting a significant lead by Donald Trump over Kamala Harris, Fox News had already called the election for the former president. The room was filled with mixed reactions. Some of them told me off camera that they believe democracy has won, regardless of which candidate emerged victorious. Soon after, the U.S. ambassador addressed the press, where she said she expects the United States' relations with Ghana to remain unchanged regardless of the outcome of the election. Ambassador Palmer was, however, quick to add that new programs tailored towards Ghana might be introduced, or existing ones are likely to be amended under a potential Trump presidency.
And that report by my colleague Kenneth Jesse, and that's how we end the bulletin here on Joy 99.7. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Businesses know how important it is to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is licensed to provide medical insurance services to corporate organizations and SMEs. We also have international LH Blue cover and TPAs to cushion you. Multinational companies, factories, and government agencies, focus on your business while Apex Insurance takes care of your health. Visit Apex Health Insurance office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, Kumasi, opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and Takrady Market Circle. For further inquiries, call 0501 562 962 or 0501 552 495. Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
Yeah. We have a new leader in town. Obiarenti. Amafo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal packed with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Big! Just buy any Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO electronics and appliances and stand a chance to win free TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, refrigerators, gas cookers, chest freezers, home theaters, small kitchen appliances, and many more. How to enter? Dial *920*888#. Select option 1 to enter raffle. Select region of purchase. Enter item serial number and you're good to go. Increase your chances by buying more to enter multiple times. Follow us for weekly and monthly winner announcements. Terms and conditions apply. This is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Come Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Welcome and now for a daily star 712 hash and found no regrets. A Sankoma investors are a striking gold. A Sankoma health workers are a diagnosing luck with precision. A Sankoma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. Say a Sankoma passionate fan on also entering containing a joy. Afraid to the stressor or turning a hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, a Sankoma, if you say your next big win is right here.
Dial star 712 hash and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 hash to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. And coming up is a Joy Business Report brought to us by Yak Decor Crafting Comfort, Designing Dream, and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, as well as Omni Basic Bank at your service. Akwafu, good morning.
Morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to be here. How are you?
I'm good. God is taking care of his children.
Yes. God is definitely taking care of his children. And lots of things have been happening in the country. The speaker has been talking about power play in Parliament. Listen to Alban Bagbin.
The current brouhaha may be likened to a power play between the arms of government and has the potential to undermine our democracy and the authority of Parliament. Its outcomes could subvert Ghana's constitutional order and the democratic system. Ghanaians have toiled, sacrificed their lives, and shed blood to establish for decades.
Will there be a showdown in Parliament today? I don't know.
We'll
find out.
But the minority says they are the majority and they're still going to hold that position when they go to Parliament today.
The most important thing is that the business of government must be done.
It must be done, yeah.
We'll see what will happen. Would it be a showdown in Little Tokyo? You remember that movie? Or it will be a thriller in Manila. Thriller in Manila?
I remember that as well.
Okay. Good morning to Justice Kwega. Thriller in Manila. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, what happens in Parliament. And
ultimately, the country should be first. Yeah.
And we also would want to find out. So, now the speaker has said a lot of things, but what signal does he send? What does the speaker suggest he's going to do today?
Yeah.
And that's something we'll talk about here on the Super Morning Show. But also coming up this morning, right here on the Super Morning Show.
We made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? So I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
It's been called the greatest political comeback.
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean, the way he did it.
Yeah.
And look, not many people give him a chance. I know that, Franklin Kujo has always been talking about Donald Trump. He likes his, policies. And I think that all people should appreciate the fact that you're responsible for the development of your country and of your people.
Yeah.
This perception, yes, we live in a global world, a global village. But hey, the reality is that the development and well-being of your people rests solely on you.
I mean, if we would all think like that.
So you may not like Trump, but hey, He's president of the United States of America, not president of the world.
Yeah.
Well, Kamala Harris is conceded to Donald Trump.
My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say the light of America's promise will always burn bright. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, does that end her political career?
Maybe not.
Oh, well.
But, in recent times, anybody who contests elections in the United States and loses doesn't come back, except Donald Trump.
If you could pull that one off, yeah. But, hey,
well,
I'm sure the Democrats will be looking elsewhere for another candidate.
Well, but
prepare a primary and then
let's see how that does. But the other question is, in the past we've talked about the impact of the American elections on Ghanaian elections. The
spin.
Yes, the spin. So the NPP says anytime the Republicans win, they win. But now you have a former president who lost election, staging a comeback. How does that play in Ghana? Is something we'll look at here on the Super Morning Show. But now time for the Joy Business Report with Darryl Kwao and the team.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Public Interest and Accountability Committee PIAC questions government's commitment to industry as the sector received no funds from oil revenue in the first half of the year. Also coming up, Bank of Ghana moves to improve dollar supply on the market as it introduces new avenue for selling foreign exchange, commercial banks and businesses. Plus, we'll hear from a financial analyst who is asking Ghana to diversify its exports or vet any challenges should President Donald Trump implement tax policies on imports promised during his campaign. Details coming up. Thanks for staying with us, everyone. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidon KT Radio. The Bank of Ghana is taking additional measures to help improve dollar supply for commercial banks and businesses. George Afe has more on how this initiative could impact on the city's fortunes going forward.
The Bank of Ghana in the past had the program that it sells dollars to the commercial banks and businesses. That is, taking the Ghana cedis from the banks and some businesses and giving them dollars in 14 days, 28 days, or even some cases, 2 months. This arrangement was done in the way to assure them that they will get their dollar needs when needed. However, the regulator is now taking this move further with the 7-day auction, and now it is implementing what can be described as the spot sale. The Bank of Ghana, by this move, which started this week, is now taking the dollar request from the banks and settlement done in a day or two. This should mean that the regulator is now moving fast to meet the dollar needs of the commercial banks earlier than expected. The development is supposed to help improve liquidity on the market, which should go a long way to help deal with the current pressure on the Ghana cedi. Well, it might be early days yet, but the Ghana cedi has been making some gains on the Forex Bureau market, as some of them are now selling the dollar at around 16 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos. The Bank of Ghana has also increased the amount of dollars that it sells through its auction programs. Some of the commercial banks have told Joy Business that if this spot dollar auction program is sustained, it could go a long way to slow the city's rate of depreciation against the dollar.
George Afe starting us off with that report. So on the currency market this morning, the dollar going for 16 cedis 90 pesos, the British pound 21 cedis 80 pesos, the euro going for 18 cedis 30 pesos. Now, the Public Interest and Accountability Committee PIAC has questioned government's commitment to the industry sector. This follows revelation that no significant amount of funding was allocated to the sector from the petroleum fund since last year. Speaking to journalists after releasing a semi-annual report, Chairman of PIAC, Constantine Kujeji noted that the development is not good for the country.
We also found that there was neither allocation nor disbursement to the industrialization priority area during the period under review. The 4 priority areas, one of them is industrialization. We don't have anything on that in the first half of 2024. Last year we had 0.11%, 0.11, less than 1%. This year we don't have even that 0.11. That is not too good in the sense that it shows that we are not too committed as a nation to industrialize. But as I said, this is a guide for policy implementers. So
that was Chairman of PIAC, Constantine Kujeji. Now, some financial analysts have advised diversification of Ghana's exports to avert any hit if President-elect of the U.S., Donald Trump, goes ahead with his campaign promise of increasing taxes on goods imported by America. Now, financial analyst Dr. Wisdom Dogwe is of the view that it is time to look to the East to diversify Ghana's exports.
Look, I would say we should diversify our trading when it comes to trading partners, right? We trade a lot with the U.S. I think it's time to start expanding our tentacles when you look at other trading partners in the East, Japan, India, and other countries. I'm not saying that trade with U.S. is not going to work for Ghana any longer, but there's a little pause over there, and I think diversification when it comes to our exports will be the right reaction for Ghana. But again, going by Trump's own campaign promise that he will slap tariffs on imports that are coming to the U.S., I think if he follows through that will be quite a change and a challenging one for that matter for Ghanaian and also other global businesses that export to the U.S. We do have this U.S. trade policy called, the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGWA, which was it's something that grants many African nations duty-free access to U.S. market.
You had financial analyst Dr. Wizondogwe there. Meanwhile, energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Sulemana has disclosed that the global green energy push will certainly take a hit, whilst a push for the use of fossil fuel will gain much more momentum following the re-election of Donald Trump as president of the U.S. Speaking to Joy Business, Dr. Sulemana said that pressures with the pricing of crude oil could reduce drastically owing to Mr. Trump's commitment of championing the use of fossil fuels.
Trump hasn't hidden his intention with respect to the energy space in the U.S. U.S. has become #1 oil producer thanks to fracking, hydraulic fracking. Trump has made it clear that he's going to prepare fracking to levels that we've not seen before. If that should happen, it means that, fracking and green energy, I told they are always opposite each other. Trump may like to put pressures on investment to the renewable energy and that could propel that of hydraulic fracking. That would mean that a lot of hydrocarbon will be churned out. And so we'd like to see that since 2019, US has been #1 oil producer. That will be cemented undoubtedly going to 2025. And cementing that will mean that the hidden pressure that we had that sometimes propel oil prices, they may be nullified in a way. So in all directions that you look at it, Trump presidency would like to see more pressures on oil prices, especially if US actually ramp up and produces more, where even OPEC cuts will not make any impact. Then you like to see pressures within oil prices going down.
All right, energy strategist there, Dr. Yusuf Sulemana. Now, the Ghana Statistical Service has called for a careful analysis of the individual food items in the food inflation basket that are driving prices down and those pushing prices up. According to him, the government statistician, that is Samuel Kobna in name, such analysis could help policymakers make prudent decisions to bring overall inflation down. He spoke to journalists at a press briefing yesterday.
Green plantain is also showing that on a month-on-month basis it's gone down by 9.7%. So what we want our media colleagues to do is to communicate around the net effect rather than individual items. So tomatoes, plantain that I've just shown to you are 2 out of the 15 items that we have under the food subclass. So you then need to look at the other components. That is why we show you an item like yam, which is very significant on a month-on-month basis, has gone up by 2.7%. If you go further down and you look at large onions, item number 25, which is also showing 2.7%. Let's engage with the individual items and draw policymakers' attention to items that are going down in terms of prices and items that are also going up in terms of prices, so that we can have a collective approach in bringing down the rate of inflation.
That was government statistician Professor Samuel Kobneni. On today's edition of Investor Eye, Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana, Kwame Opong emphasizes the need for citizens to report fraudulent mobile money cases to enable the appropriate authorities act.
One of the cultural issues I was highlighting, the cultural dynamics there, people never follow through. And this makes it very difficult for us to fully be able to hold people accountable. And they go out there and treat, defraud the next victim. You have to save not just yourself, but you have an obligation to speak up so that someone else may be saved from these same fraudsters.
All right, that was Investor I. Make a date next week. Before we go and look at the commodity market, crude oil went up today, trading at $75. A barrel gold is selling at $2,660 an ounce after increasing marginally. Also, cocoa lost more than $200, trading this morning at $6,670 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyaonline.com/business. As back to Winston and the team with more of the Super Morning Show.
Thank you very much, Daryl Kwao, which means we can have our inspirational song for today.
Yes.
And that's one by Beanie Man. I'm sure for many of you who were in the SU, you didn't mind dancing to Gospel Time by Beanie Man in those days. Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes, that's our inspirational song, one chosen by Samuel Daly. I'm by Beanie Man. That's our inspirational song for today. Good morning, George, and good morning, Raymond.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. It's great to see all of you.
Yes,
and it's great to see
I
you.
can see you are surviving.
Oh, yes. I'm surviving. I'm doing well. It's not been a very easy last 5 days or 6 days,
True.
a week.
True.
But for all of you who've been reaching out and sending your condolences, we say thank you. About 6 days ago, I lost my father. And it's not been easy, but hey, there's nothing we can do about it. So,
in my hometown, we say shedding.
Yes, we say when it happens like that, you do the things you like.
Yeah.
So I decided to come to work. It's because that's one of the things that I like doing. Then it's a way of taking your mind away. But I was.
You don't look
surprised.
like you've been crying. I mean, I used to go and hide at Atletico Bank. They go there, I cry small. Then when they when I come to the house,
small jogging.
Yeah, you see,
you will cry once, every now and then, when you remember. But I was surprised that on social media or on Saturday, Sunday, there's a lot of conversation about an MP who had died, and they sent jubilation within certain quarters.
I was shocked.
Including some of my own friends.
Beyond the ignorance, I mean,
Yes.
I was shocked that we have reached the point where people can jubilate when anybody dies.
Yeah.
And no, we should be worried about that. Legitimately. It is un-Ghanaian.
To wish death on
Yeah,
somebody
it's very
that
strange.
you disagree with, or even somebody you perceive as an enemy.
Well, it tells you the partisanship that we're in today.
It's very
And so,
unfortunate.
the feeling now is okay. So then another member of parliament is dead. So it actually changes the balance of power again. There's a man who left parliament in 2013. So he's not been in parliament for the last 12 years. But anyway, let's get into a Drive Safe campaign.
Yes, and it's brought to you by Toyota Superior Quality. Now, Winston, this week, in your absence, we've been spending quality time on the law that makes it possible for people to drive the regulation LI 2180.
Yeah.
The road traffic regulations. And it's been quite an interesting journey. Today, let's do this one. A person shall not drive a motor vehicle unless that motor vehicle has a windscreen, a window, or partition made of a transparent material that affords the person driving sufficient visibility for safe driving of the motor vehicles. B, in the case of a windscreen, other than a windscreen fitted to a motor vehicle or motor tricycle, is made of glass and is made of the safety glass and is permanently marked with the name or trademark of the manufacturer. It says here, despite the provisions of sub-regulation 1B and 1E, the transparent material for a window in the roof of a motor vehicle or partition of a bus or minibus or partition of a semi-trailer designed or adapted for the conveyance of passengers may consist of ultra high impact acrylic or polycarbonated material, plastic material, with each pane permanently marked with the name or trademark of the manufacturer or the trade name of the material that clearly identifies the material as ultra high impact acrylic or polycarbonated material. For a window or for a partition or removal of collapsible hood or canopy for a motor vehicle, it may consist of flexible plastic material. Again, it says a person shall not drive a motor vehicle with a tinted front windscreen. Let's get it specific. A tinted front windscreen. A person may drive a motor vehicle which has glass other than the windscreen and front glass tinted with light transmittance of at least 70% to allow the occupants to see and be seen. That is the clarity. If there are others about the film or tinting material.
So the front one can be tinted.
No, hold on. Let me repeat that part clearly. Yeah, so that there is no doubt about it.
Yeah, so that
yes. it is specific. It says you may not drive with a tinted. No, hold on. Yes, it says It says here, a person may the shall here. A person shall not drive a motor vehicle with a tinted front windscreen.
Front windscreen.
Yes.
Yes, that's the windscreen.
Yeah, the windscreen.
But as for the windows, the driver's, the front windows.
The person may drive a motor vehicle which has glass other than the windscreen and front glass tinted. So you get what I'm trying to say. So other than the windscreen and front glass tinted, yes, with light transmittance
the back
of at least 70% to allow the occupants to be seen and to see.
Okay. It means we can learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books.
So I will see some of your cars.
At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe General Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
Online, there's no.
You say either. I say either.
So today, I just want us to learn the pronunciation of a very simple word following, Donald Trump's victory. WHIP, which many of you have pronounced whip. Whatever it is, the H is never pronounced whip. It's that simple. It's not whip. It's not ship. But it's whip. Very simple.
The same pronunciation applies to majority chief.
Whip. Still whip.
Okay.
When. Where.
Okay.
Nobody says when.
Okay.
And where. Like we do. See, if you want to say it right, is when. Where. Okay? So that's how you say it right. Yeah, so for all of you who are saying Donald Trump ship has, shipped or whipped Kamala Harris. Anyway, let's get into the newspaper reviews brought to us by Syntex, Tanker, Stronger, Tough. And Access Bank, more than banking.
Let's start with the Daily Guide. It says, I'll establish tomato factory in Akomadan, so says Dr. Bawumia. And I elevates 15 assemblies as well. And EC presents a certified voters register to the political parties. And also Trump sweeps U.S. elections, not what. And also no constitutional crisis, so says Alban Bagbin. That is in the Daily Guide. If you look at the back page, GFA and Bepa discusses Ghana football, religious city's current struggles. And if you're a fan of City or Manchester City, you know that it hasn't been easy for them, both in the Champions League and even in the Premier League as well, and all except for the Street 2 Champions fight as well. But for me, the sort that would be of interest to me is the no constitutional crisis. And the lawyers and people, those who have the legal brains here, should help me out that who has the mandate to interpret the Constitution when it comes to when there's an ambiguity or anything? Is it the Supreme Court or it's Parliament?
Yes, no, it is Supreme Court. In fact, but that's not in doubt in this matter. What Bagbin is saying is that, and in paragraph 6, he goes through what happened. A member of Parliament on the floor raised what he considered an urgent matter. In fact, the title was urgent, a matter considered to be of urgent public importance. This is on the 15th. And it had to do, and it had comments as permitted by the standing orders of Parliament. Then he said, don't worry, I will go and do my inquiry into this and come and communicate my findings.
Okay.
Then he, as Speaker, went into do the inquiry, and on the 17th came to communicate his findings. Now, the content of course, has been construed to be a ruling. First and foremost, he says he's no judge to give a ruling on the matter. So he did not give a ruling. Then Afenyomakin disagreed vehemently with the content of the Speaker's communication as the Speaker of Parliament and proceeded to advance an earlier action he had commenced in the Supreme Court on the 15th of October to prevent the Speaker from receiving and making any pronouncement on the matter until the final determination of the matter. And he says, being a party to the suit in his official capacity, I am mindful of what to say, But it must be said that the suit before the Supreme Court raises not just legal questions, but more importantly has profound implications for our democratic system of governance. At its core, it is the very essence of our democracy. While many legal arguments have been advanced and in and out of court, I recognize the fact that the connected political and governance implications have not been addressed sufficiently.
Okay, but Raymond, the question still for me as a street person is that when there is lack of clarity about how the Constitution is being applied, who has the final say?
Yeah, but that is not still in doubt. It's Supreme Court.
If anyone has an issue about how the Constitution is being applied, we defer to the Supreme Court to make a judgment on that. And the Constitution also says that every law, everything,
but George,
comes under the Constitution.
What the Speaker is trying to say, I mean, he...
It's not whether or not the Supreme Court can interpret anything.
It's about the interference.
Yes.
And also, for
how
him...
do you describe that as interference?
For him, he thinks that this is a very clear law. But he believes, he's of the belief, that the executive and the judiciary are conniving and interfering in Parliament. This is what he says the president should repent from and ask for forgiveness.
I disagree. I think that, going way back, when at a point in time we decided that, listen, we will allow MPs to become ministers because of how our system of governance had moved on, so that this stands where then Parliament then tries to reject everything from the executive, and that's way back. Then you actually compromise on trying to make sure that the independence then was sacrificed.
While the Supreme Court can, vary its decisions, it is instructive, and people make reference to this. So, if 4 members of Parliament, because of the because of the declaration of their seats as vacant, 2 months to an election which would elect new members of Parliament, if that is deemed as a lack of representation, what happened to the people of Asin North, for instance, Raymond, who for 15 months didn't have a member of Parliament?
Maybe even the Santo Kofi area.
Santo Kofi, the Santo Kofi, Akbafu, Lolobi and Likpe group also. For 4 years, they haven't had representation. So these are the questions that, would now be asked. So, if this is your belief, why did we not do? And this case was in the Supreme Court. The case of Judge Kwesi. So all these questions, and for me, they are justified questions.
They are genuine questions.
Genuine questions that will be asked of the Supreme Court. It is the reason we say that, look, justice should not only be served, but should be seen as being served. And my only challenge is that because of the lack of trust in the legislature and the executive, one would expect that the judiciary, rises above mistrust. Unfortunately, the judiciary today is so mistrusted that if nothing happens, it becomes like the executive and the legislature. Then what that would mean is that every decision coming out of the court will be seen and challenged as being partisan. That is problematic for our democracy.
Okay, even on that point, I actually think that mostly when you're a public institution, when the positioning is that, and it's not just Winston or anybody sitting on radio saying, at least if you don't take it, between 2012 and 2024, and I wrote that story in about the 2022 one, which said the trust in the institution called courts is at an all-time low. That has actually gone down further in 2024. So if you try doing something between 2022 and 2024, it appears not to be working. Again, I actually think that this is much ado about nothing. Let's be clear. So this pretentious constitutional crisis we find ourselves in, is it the first time that Parliament has been adjourned?
But are we in a constitutional crisis?
I don't think there is any. And the Speaker made the point that if I cannot get quorum, and it has happened consistently, MPs have suspended meetings. In fact, there was some time ago that what was the name of the gentleman? Afiamepo became quorum, whatever. Whenever he's in the bill, he will raise it, then they'll suspend the Parliament and move on to subsequent days. That people calling people. If MPs fail to show up, and they do not show up because they don't like where they are going to sit, how is that constitutional crisis? How are we pretending that all of a sudden this state is in some chaos? Nothing is happening. So today, the MPs that decided to stay out of Parliament, the majority MPs, called Parliament back into operation today. Yeah, I hope you get my point. They called them back into operation today. Will they sit and conduct government business? So if they sit and conduct government business, how is that constitutional crisis? So the constitutional crisis was for how many days? 2 days, 1 week, or how many hours? So when you go on that tangent, even if it's unrelated to your substantive point, then people have every right to question the motive behind your conduct too. Then it's made to look like you are deliberately creating for yourself a crisis to intervene.
I agree with Speaker Babin about the fact that no constitutional crisis, but also our law wouldn't stop anyone who thinks that there is some lack of clarity about what the law is saying to defer to the Supreme Court for an interpretation.
I agree
and
with you.
when that is done, I think that we all should be bounded by that action.
Again, I've not heard speakers say anywhere. No. I'm not bound by the directives of the Supreme Court. In fact, I had asked this question when I interviewed Samson. I asked, when the Speaker in Parliament did what he did by adjourning, did he offend the Supreme Court in any way? He said no. The Speaker did not even seek to make a determination of whether or not the Parliament was engaging in anything. In fact, to all intents and purposes, that meeting did not happen because they didn't have the numbers to even proceed to do anything. That is why they didn't meet. So that has nothing to do with disrespect. And let's take that aside. The Speaker can write 500 pages criticizing the Supreme Court judgment. In fact, elsewhere, courts are willing, interested in what academics and other people are saying about their judgments. So this attitude that, if you criticize it, automatically you are opposed to it.
We'll come back to this. Let's get into the other stories.
Okay, yes, but you're undermining Parliament is also on the front page of the
Ghanaian Times.
Ghanaian Times. No, but the other stories, I will complete PTC interchange, Takoradi Market Circle project before I leave office.
In 2 months.
Yes. President Akufo-Addo.
2 months.
Oh, but what is in dispute? 2 months, a lot of things can happen in 2 months.
He
will complete PTC interchange 1, Takoradi Market Circle. Those two major projects in Takoradi before the president.
What is the state of that project as you speak right now?
I saw a video posted by Sky Power FM where the contractors were actually removing the iron rods at the PTC. Yes. PTC interchange. I can look for the video.
Why? They're afraid that they'll be stolen or something?
I don't know. But I saw the video. I mean, this is Sky Power FM. I've worked at Sky Power FM before. And I'll get them to send me the video and we'll share the video. 2 months.
Very interesting.
The work has stalled. I mean, this is... Anyway, let's get into other...
There's a terrible story that I need to bring your attention. 3 girls arrested over stabbing 16-year-old boy to death. So, 3 teenage girls are currently in police custody for their alleged involvement in the stabbing to death of Dennis Osuansa, a BC graduate. The 16-year-old victim was set to start senior high school on Thursday, November 7. The tragic incident took place on Monday night around 7:30 p.m. in Angoga in the Ashanti region. It is called Angoga if you are in Kumasi, so sometimes there is confusion. Following a confrontation, that's how they say it, between Dennis and one of the girls as they were escorting a friend home. Eyewitness reports that during the argument, one of the girls pulled a knife and stabbed Dennis in his rib, leading to severe bleeding. Dennis was pronounced dead after he was rushed to the hospital. His family is grappling with the shock and grief over the sudden loss of the child. Stella Frimpong, the mother of Dennis, expressed grief, urged the police to ensure justice was served. And he said they had gone to the school, Twenebo Akodia SHS, and they were told to report on Thursday, and everything had been done, and he was set to start school. But
and talking about school, but look, I mean, why would
altercation
and then you go stab somebody? What have we become?
And there are girls holding the knife.
Can you imagine?
Talk about stabbing and
well, okay.
We'll
come back to this.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll come back to this. Let's get to the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank. In your best interest, Goil Good Energy, Goil Yana Yedie. But we'll bring you the online stories later on. Let's now go for the BBC News brought to you by
Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Yeah,
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
They said it couldn't be done. They said it was a dream, but the NPP delivered free SHS. Over the last 7 years, over 5 million students have benefited from free education. The program has significantly increased enrollment and provided access to education for many who might not have had the opportunity.
Before, my family couldn't afford it. Now I'm learning a trade under TVET, and I'm looking forward to a brighter future.
Free SHS gave me the chance to go to senior high school. I'm studying science and dreaming of becoming a doctor.
Free SHS, investing in Ghana's future, one student at a time. Let's protect the future of our young people by voting number 1 on December 7. Vote for Baumia. Vote number 1.
Attention CEOs, join Ghana's top 1,000 CEOs, policymakers, political leaders and ambassadors for the first Ghana CEO Presidential Manifesto Gala Dinner 2024 on November 7, 2024 at the Mervyn Pig Hotel Accra from 6 to 10:30 p.m. This historic event will focus on reigniting the business economy and social contract for growth, a business manifesto for political accountability and sustainable development. Special guests of honor include His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Vice President of Ghana, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, former President of Ghana. Attendance is by invitation and requires pre-registration. Register at ceogaladina.ceonetworkgh.com. For inquiries, contact 0546391970 or email ceogaladina@gmail.com. This event is powered by Chief Executives Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, University of Ghana, SIGA, GIPC, UPSA Law, and the Multimedia Group. The first Ghana CEO Presidential Manifesto Gala Dinner 2024, connecting political ambitions with business realities.
Hi Aku, I just got the estimate for the home repairs. It's more than we expected. I'm really stressed about where to find the money.
Why worry, Musa? You are a salaried worker. Haven't you heard about the GCB personal loan promo? They can give you up to 700,000 Ghana cedis in less than 24 hours at a significantly reduced interest rate and fees.
Really? This sounds exciting, but is it easy to apply?
Super easy. Skip the stress. Get the cash with the GCB personal loan promo with a 1-month repayment holiday. Just visit a GCB bank branch near you or call 0302 634 922. Toll free 0800 422-422. No hassle, no stress.
Wow, I just got a notification. The loan is already in my account. That was fast.
Skip the stress and get the cash you need with GCB Personal Loan. Visit a branch near you today. Terms and conditions apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Newsday on the BBC World Service with Victoria Wonhunda and James Cocknell. Great to have you with us.
In the United States, Donald Trump is preparing to select his top team ahead of his return to the White House. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris has considered the election and told her supporters to never give up the fight for our democracy.
European leaders meet later today to discuss Donald Trump's victory and its impact on the continent. And what could it mean for the war in Ukraine? We'll speak to our Russia editor.
And in business, markets have soared the day after the election in the United States was called. We'll look at what investors are looking forward to.
We'll also head to Berlin to see a government in crisis as the German Chancellor fires a key minister.
And in sport news, the latest action from the European Champions League and bad news for two of the English clubs in there. But first, the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Chris Barrow with the BBC News. Donald Trump's campaign team has said he's preparing to select his administration after his dramatic political comeback. Mr. Trump is said to be looking forward to meeting President Biden at the White House to discuss a smooth transition of power after defeating Vice President Kamala Harris in Tuesday's election. Speculation is mounting over who the US president-elect will appoint to help enact his populist agenda. Helena Humphrey is at Mar-a-Lago, where Mr. Trump maintains his primary residence.
Just to remind people of what those promises are, of course, a mass deportation he has spoken about, undocumented migrants, for example, in this country from day one, also rolling back on climate pledges, promising to drill, baby drill, to frack like we have never fracked before. But of course, people are already looking, aren't they, to who will be in this cabinet. We know that he had mentioned, of course, RFK Jr., the independent, who then put his weight behind Donald Trump. He is somebody who has espoused misinformation when it comes to conspiracy theories about vaccines, HIV, AIDS. Donald Trump has said that he could have a role in the health administration.
European leaders will discuss Donald Trump's victory and its impact on the continent, in particular the war in Ukraine, when they gather for a two-day summit in Hungary later. Katya Adler has more details.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is in Budapest. He remarked that US leadership is vital for a just peace after speaking to Donald Trump yesterday. But the fear here is the new US administration will slow, if not stop, the flow of American military aid to Kyiv, and Europe will struggle to take up the slack. Donald Trump has boasted in the past he could end the war with Russia in a day. What isn't clear is whether he wants Ukraine to win.
The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz now leads a minority government after ministers from the Free Democrats quit his troubled three-party coalition. Mr. Scholz said he would try to get help from the conservative CDU to get important legislation through. The ministers resigned after Mr. Scholz sacked his finance minister, Christian Lindner, the Free Democrat leader. With the latest for us, here's Damian Grammaticus.
For months, the arguments have been growing louder within the German government, mainly over how to balance the budget. Chancellor Scholz wants to boost spending with new debt. The finance minister opposed this and wanted to cut taxes too. This unusual coalition of centre-left Social Democrats, Greens and free market liberals was always going to be tricky. But when it formed 3 years ago, there was enough money to paper over the cracks. But then Russia invaded Ukraine, energy prices shot up, and Germany had to boost spending on defence.
World news from the BBC. South Korea says it has not ruled out supplying weapons directly to Ukraine following North Korea's decision to send troops to support Russia's war effort. President Yoon Suk-yeol said he would monitor Pyongyang's involvement in the war and gradually adjust Seoul's support to Kiev accordingly. The Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said his government will introduce new laws into Parliament banning children under 16 from social media. The Premier of South Australia, Peter Malinauskas, who's a proponent of the ban, told the BBC that there's a growing body of evidence that makes clear that social media is harmful to young people.
No different to any other product or service that we know does young people harm.
governments regulate it, whether there be access to alcohol or cigarettes or anything else for that matter. So we think social media services now require the same degree of regulation to protect those children from unnecessary harm, preventable harm, by putting in place a mandatory age limit in terms of access.
Hurricane Rafael is moving away from western Cuba after knocking out the island's power supply as it made landfall on Wednesday evening. The Category 3 storm is weakening in intensity as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, but the U.S. National Hurricane Center is warning that powerful winds could still bring life-threatening storm surges, flash flooding and mudslides. It's the second hurricane to hit Cuba in less than a month and the second major blackout to affect the island's 10 million inhabitants. Firefighters in Southern California are battling two fast-growing wildfires as the U.S. state suffers what's being described as a particularly dangerous weather event. A wildfire, fanned by winds of up to 130 kilometers per hour, is burning out of control near Los Angeles. Flames have reached the suburb of Camarillo, home to around 70,000 people. Thousands of residents have been ordered to move out. That's the latest world news from the BBC.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know it's I dey your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's I dey your side. And when you dream, no say I dey for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I dey for you. Many want. If I believe I dey your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I dey your side, fidelity.
Enhance your business operations with the HP Color LaserJet 150NW printer. You can print, copy and scan up to 19 pages per minute with high-quality mobile scans or customizable shortcuts in the HP Smart app that delivers effortless use from wherever you work so you can focus on growing your business. Take advantage of its Wi-Fi direct printing and intuitive touchscreen, which are both designed to simplify your day. With the HP Color LaserJet 150NW printer, experience fast and easy setups and improved overall printing efficiency with a 20,000 page duty cycle built to keep you and your business secure and moving forward with embedded security that is pre-configured out of the box to detect and stop attacks. The HP Color LaserJet 150NW printer is available at all Kompu Ghana stores. Visit KompuGhana.com or call 0302 752 020 for more information.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
on to listen to, monitor the American election. We are getting ready for our own election. And Donald Trump, while listening, while watching, said this. Now, listen to Donald Trump.
We made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
So that's Donald Trump, 45th president and 47th president. Donald Trump.
True.
But Kamala Harris.
Hey, I saw some video. Some Christian groups that were praying. Oh, come and see.
We've seen.
And they were singing.
And the comparison.
It was very touching gospel.
And the comparison.
Oh no! Me, I've not done it. In fact, I've refused to be part of that conversation about. Okay, people doing that 45 can come back to 47. So a comeback is possible. The others are saying, no. Elephant to elephant.
I like how you say
have you seen that?
A comeback
is possible. Now, it is possible. It's also a key word in Ghana.
So let's listen to Kamala Harris. So it means that you actually, merged all the possibilities.
My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition.
Okay, so there you have it. The polls, yes, had favored Kamala Harris. More like a comeback after Joe Biden.
True.
But it didn't happen.
And it gave people hope. But many people knew that if it still boiled down to the economy, and again, they tried to throw in other matters. For example, I didn't really get the hula baloo about this abortion thing and other things. But I think Americans chose, on one hand, if you want to see them as rational choice voters, the economy over other matters. And it's important. In fact, there are some of the areas that, some of the geographics that, and the demographics that, if you think about it deeply, they had been sworn Democrats for a very long time. Even they were shifting their votes. It's either the difference is very small, very marginal, and it sends a bigger question. I had postulated some time ago, after Donald Trump's first entry, that people get disillusioned by the conduct of politics. For example, the 2008-2007 financial crisis made it very difficult for Americans to believe politicians. So what did they do? They punish them by choosing a non-conformist, somebody who is different, somebody they think is not an establishment candidate of a sort. So that's when Donald Trump came in. But this time around, frankly,
Obama.
That's when Obama came in.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about post-Obama.
Sure, okay.
So that punishment was for post-Obama. Now, think about it deeply. I am still struggling to get the theories that underpin the return of Donald Trump. Are they yearning for the years of some inconsistency? Because Trump's policy direction is sometimes not clear. And I get people saying that a whole lot. In fact, America has this belief that they are so consistent that foreign policy and other things are clear. It's not true. Even our engagement and African countries' engagement with Trump. And yesterday, Dr. Idris Blum was making the point. Trump can insist that if you do not do this, I'm not part of this conversation. On even long-standing arrangements. But for a country, number one so-called democracy in the world, to be confident enough to elect a convicted felon as their leader. Oh no, we should be clear. People don't say that again. People don't say that again. They were confident enough.
Now there are discussions
they have no moral authority to be telling people in Ghana who and how they can elect their leaders.
Now there are discussions on ending the trial.
Yes, just let the man continue with his work.
Anyway, and also coming up this morning on the Super Morning Show, Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin has been speaking.
The current brouhaha may be likened to a power play between the arms of government and has the potential to undermine our democracy and the authority of parliament. Its outcomes could subvert Ghana's constitutional order and the democratic system. Ghanaians have toiled, sacrificed their lives, and shed blood to establish for decades.
Will there be a showdown in Parliament today? Well, to stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show, we'll tell you more about that, and we'll also ask the question, what signals did the Speaker send as to what he intends doing today? So why wait for December when we can bring Christmas to you early? Total Energies is kicking off the holiday spirit with our Bronya Loop Bay special from the 1st of November to the 31st of January 2025. We're ready to spread some festive cheer. Swing by Liberation Road, Tesano, Dakuman, Link Road, Sakumon, Farah Avenue, Oxford Street, Community One Stadium, and Apremdo Total Energy service stations. Change your engine oil and get a free elite car wash to keep your ride sparkling. It's like giving your car a holiday makeover, so while preparing to hit the road, make sure your vehicle is ready for the festivities. For more details and updates, visit our website, totalenergies.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook at Total Energies Ghana, Ghana with the small G. On X, and I heard you remember the last time, Total Energies GH in capital letters, or uppercase if you want to say so.
Yes.
Then there's Instagram, Total Energies GH, small letters.
True, the clarity is important.
Very, very important.
Now get ready for 8 days of power and transformation at Impact 2024. This is hosted by Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams at Action Chapel, International Prayer Cathedral, and Dominion Arena. Join us from November 24th to December 1st for inspiring morning sessions starting at 9 a.m. and evening sessions at 5 p.m. Experience dynamic speakers including Apostle Joshua Selman, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Reverend Dr. David Enchi, Apostle Isi Igenigba, and Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asare. Children's services are available at 5 p.m. For information, just contact +233 59 0069. Don't miss Impact 2024, your timely intervention. Watch live on Dominion TV or follow Archbishop Nick and Action Chapel GH. Those are on social media for more updates on this. But Dominion TV if you want to watch live.
And Toyota Ghana Company Limited, a sole authorized distributor of Toyota vehicles, genuine parts, and Toyota motor oil in Ghana, is proud to offer a pre-Christmas safety health check to her cherished customers. And this activity is scheduled for Saturday, November 9, 2024 from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Customers who visit Toyota Ghana service centers on this day for oil change will enjoy a 20% discount on servicing, parts, and free diagnosis. Customers can also request only a vehicle diagnosis on the day for a minimal fee. Kindly note that the regular vehicle maintenance is imperative for your personal safety and that of your vehicle. In Toyota Ghana, we pledged our commitment to customer satisfaction and safety on the road. Enjoy the best vehicle ownership experience with Toyota Ghana's superior service. For bookings and inquiries, call 0302 429 80125. Your safety is our top priority as we drive Ghana forward this festive season. Ghana drives Toyota, Toyota superior quality.
If you're wondering where to hold your strategy planning meetings, board sessions, or staff retreats, there's only one venue, and I'm recommending to you Safari Valley Resort. Think of the green, serene environment. I can attest to that. Winston has seen pictures of the place, accessibility, meeting room capacity. For friend today. His eyes are sinking now, but the leg. No, not at all. Well, the floor and layout of space, room flexibility, and Winston, if you are there, you think that you are bathing in the open skies, like heaven is watching you.
Wow.
Yes. Wonderful floor, and you see it's wooden with some gravels and those specially installated stones, hopefully not from Israel, and the quality of the equipment, the staff, and first class catering services. If you are tired in the conference, you can come and stand outside, look out the window. You've seen those animals that you have not seen before. Very nice one.
Patagonian Mara.
The maras roaming. Are you conceiving of what I'm trying to say?
No.
That's it. Can you connect to it?
Yes.
Sorry, from where? Okay, no. You
Very
don't worry. There's also first class catering
yes.
services, and also so Safari Valley should be your first choice, right? I'm considering you based on your behavior. Call Safari Valley Resort on 0596 914 394. Safari Valley, bringing you Fento closer to nature.
Thank you very much.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. Now, they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically coming to any of their branches, it is hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office. Within a reasonable time, they offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Hello, Ghana. Here is your chance to be one of the luckiest. Oh, luckiest everywhere. Oh, everywhere. Oh.
The luckiest.
Yes. No, sing it nicely, okay?
You couldn't continue the lyrics, and I finished it for you.
Our grand draw is happening on November 30th with incredible cash prizes. But until then, we are giving away fantastic prizes every single day. Every day, imagine winning a motorbike, a TV, a chest freezer, and I've complained about my freezer. Right? The thing they say is not doomsday. It has affected my refrigerator in a very terrible manner. I am not happy at all. And these things are very expensive in Ghana. Anyway, I know you want to complain too, but take your time, man. I'm still on this LPM. And many more just by getting your luckiest tickets. So just by getting it. So this is how it works. Every day, the person who buys the highest amount in tickets wins the daily prize. And it doesn't matter if you are buying different tickets. So you can even buy for friends. You know what I'm saying? All you need to do is just dial star 712 hash. Star 712 hash. Follow the prompts and purchase as many tickets as you can. And if you are feeling generous, you can even buy tickets for someone else. So Ghana, this is your time. Grab your tickets daily and stay in the game to win all month long with the luckiest. Don't miss out on these exciting prizes. Keep dialing star 712 hash to buy more tickets. The luckiest.
Luck is
everywhere. Oh, everywhere. Oh, the luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Great. And if you're a truck owner or driver, CFAO Ghana is proud to announce that we're now an official distributor of Shackman trucks. Shackman is renowned for its strength, durability, and reliability, built to handle the toughest terrains and heaviest loads. So whether you're in construction, logistics, or mining, Shackman trucks are engineered to deliver superior performance. What sets CFAO apart are unmatched after-sales service with a network of fully equipped service centers across Ghana. We ensure your Shackman trucks stay on the road to keep your business running. Plus, we offer quick and easy access to genuine spare parts through our network, keeping your operations running smoothly. And let's not forget about our exceptional customer service. At CFAO, we're committed to supporting your business with financing solutions, expert technical support, and personalized attention to keep you moving forward. Trust CFAO Ghana, a name with decades of experience in the industry to deliver quality every step of the way. Visit us today at CFAO Ghana and experience Shackman Trucks, your perfect partner on the road. You can also call us on 0302211805 or 0501509868 and get the Shackman by CFAO Experience.
Now, where are you headed this morning? Are you going shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your car? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at the restaurant or getting home essentials? I'm thinking about fufu this morning. Yeah, get home. No, but I can still come back. The fact that I'm on a journey to get better doesn't mean that I can't eat fufu anyway. Or getting home essentials at your favorite shop. Or you are shopping online for the things you need. Wherever you go, whatever you are doing, do it with the SG Visa card. You can buy fufu with it. The SG Visa card is your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa card. And unlike my bank, I'm guaranteeing you, SG Visa card, don't send a message on Friday night that the thing is not working, and throughout the weekend it will not work. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money being available to you always. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa card today. To find out more, just call 0302 214 314. So Ghana, SG Ghana, certainly the future is you.
So Ghana, get ready for the biggest giveaway from Syntex Tank, because Syntex is visiting 15 communities, giving them free water. This is to say thank you, Ghana, for making us the number one. You know, Syntex was the first to introduce double layer tanks in Ghana. You also know that Syntex tanks come in so many colors and was first to come out with an inner white layer. So when it's not Syntex, forget about it. Now, if you're a community and you want your community to benefit from the Syntex free water giveaway, just log on to their social media handles at Syntex Ghana and nominate your community. The more you nominate, the better chances of Syntex coming. Remember, it's SINTEX, Syntex Tank. No be any tank be tank. The correct tank be Syntex Tank. Syntex Tank, strong and tough.
Now, you need to join us this Saturday, November 16, 2024 at 5:30 a.m. at the forecourt of the State House, Accra, for a morning of fitness and fun. The Omni Basic Health Walk starts from the State House through the principal streets of Accra and back to the State House for aerobics and other exciting activities. Remember, it's not just a walk. There will be an exhibition with exclusive discounts on various products from our customers, and there will also be fun games and refreshment. Yeah, item 13 count. Now, let's do this together. It's free, fun, and better than ever. Don't come alone. Bring friends, and family and friends along. For further information, kindly call our contact center on 0307 086000 or 0302 758 555, or on toll free 0800 100790. Omni Basic Bank at your service.
Well, the birthday messages and sports after these messages.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Senna from the boat safety team. You can't see us, but we are right here with you on every boat ride. To your left is the ride insurance team. We insure your ride as soon as your trip starts. To your right is the record audio team. We keep a recording of your trip for 24 hours in case you need it later. And behind you is the customer support team, ready to chat 24/7. We are the boat safety team, by your side on every ride.
And once you hear this, you know that it's time for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. So now, let's see whose birthday it is today.
Yes, Philip Nye has been harassing me with this one, but I like the guy, so I'll do it. Happy birthday to Alex Oche, MD of Multi Choice Ghana. Your visionary leadership inspires us to do more. We are grateful to have you and wish you the very best this day and beyond from all of us at Multi Choice Ghana. So, Alex Oche, MD of Multi Choice Ghana.
Yes, big happy birthday to Charles Ose Esibe.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the barrister.
But
Today is
you
his
don't have to shout
birthday.
it.
He's a very big man, president of Ghana Arm Wrestling, president of Africa Arm Wrestling. And if you had shown up at the Joy Sports
Association,
he and his
next
people,
time, now you can take me to go and
train under him.
Go and train, yes.
He was generous enough to give us his professional arm wrestling equipment to take to the Joy Sports Invitational's house. So Charles Ose SCB, may God continue to bless you. Also a former General Secretary of SWAG.
This one says, kindly wish my daughter, Miss Sharon Adokwetegu, a happy 24th birthday and higher levels of God's grace and favor for today and the years ahead. Lots of love from your family to you, including your mother, Dr. Cynthia Adokwetegu.
Today is the birthday of Professor Godfred Alufa Bokpen.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh.
Of the University of Ghana Business School, former Dean of Students, former head of the business school, full professor by all standards and qualifications. Yeah.
Great. Happy birthday to you, Professor Bokpen.
Yes.
Which means we can now bring
you
you
have
the
never
sports
done
center.
party before. Please do one, okay? Not every day you're going on missionary, going to preach gospel. Today do party, okay?
Okay. Now on that note, let's bring you the sports center now, proudly brought to us by MTN.
Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
But you know, if it's football you want, we've got it all. Yes, all of it on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, and all the matches live in HD. The season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of
entertainment. So, folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, you picture your rooftop being transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right. You're not just offering loans, you are offering keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt you generate is a step towards a brighter and a more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny, because you'll be paying high bills, switch to solar today and give us a shout on any of these numbers: 050-153-3789, 050-153-5790, 053-5789, and also 0244-674-154. Let's chart a call for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dream shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Yes, moms, it's finally here. The news we've all been waiting for. Your favorite Cerelac now comes in a new variant with the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins and minerals. And guess what? This new Cerelac wheat and maize comes at an affordable price of only 2 Ghana cedis per sachet. To prepare this new Cerelac wheat and milk, just add milk to it. Okay? In fact, Cerelac wheat dear. Milk. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is
and you're hearing a milk.
milk.
Anyway, look, if you're a registered association, if you're a registered association, professional body or union, we have amazing package for you. Guess what? MTN Association Bundles is designed specifically for organized groups. We have customized packages for data, voice, and SMS, all at unbeatable prices. Whether you need to stay connected for business or social purposes, our bundles give your members the flexibility and savings they need to manage their communication on their terms. If you're ready for this unique offer, reach out to the team at MTN Business by phone on 0244308111, by email at mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com, or the website at mtn.com.gh/business, or visit any MTN office near you. Get this offer now and let's stay connected everywhere you go.
Good morning to you. Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Coming up this morning.
They want the handball there, and they've got it. The flick on by Taremi. It's struck an outstretched arm, and in stoppage time at the end of the first half, it's a penalty for Inter Milan. It's now a question of whether Çalhanoğlu can convert. Down the middle he goes and into the lead. Go Inter Milan.
Yeah, Hakan Çalhanoğlu's penalty helps Inter Milan to inflict a Champions League defeat on Arsenal this season. Also coming up.
And now it's Atleti's time to try and put the pressure on and steal all 3 points, and that's exactly what they've done. Oh, it's absolutely extraordinary. With the last kick of the game, they've won the match. Correa.
Yeah, Angel Correa scores for the last kick of the game to secure a first Champions League win for Atletico Madrid away at Paris Saint-Germain. There were also victories for Barcelona and, of course, a defeat for Aston Villa for the first time this season. All of that to come in the next 10 minutes. But first, Black Stars head coach Otuado will name his squad for the last 2 AFCON qualifiers this afternoon at the GFA headquarters here in Accra. The penultimate qualifier against Angola will be played on Friday, November 15, before they wrap up the series at the Accra Sports Stadium against Niger on Monday, November 18. Ghana remains third in Group F with just 2 points from 4 games, and qualification is now out of their hands. The Black Stars must win their remaining games and hope that Sudan, who have 7 points, lose both of theirs for Ghana to qualify. Now, one player that will arrive for those games not feeling at his best is Mohamed Kudus. The West Ham attacker has been handed an additional 2-game ban and fined £60,000 for his conduct in West Ham's game against Tottenham, which resulted in a red card last month. The 24-year-old attributed his improper behavior to criticisms received from Ghanaians during the last international break, but his ongoing struggle goes way beyond that. Haruna Mubarak has more in this report.
Kudus was Ghana's star boy at the 2022 World Cup as well as the 2023 AFCON, having scored a combined 4 goals in 6 matches in the 2 tournaments. However, his struggles are quite palpable this season. Kudus, who is quite proficient in finding the back of the net, has scored only 2 goals for West Ham and not scored for Ghana since January this year, and ultimately did not get nominated for this year's CAF Player of the Year award. He compounded the situation after kicking and slapping Spurs players in the face, which got him sent off and now attracted additional 2-match ban. Kudus must now wait until December to feature for West Ham, and as a result in danger of losing his spot in the starting 11. The attacking midfielder must now pick himself up off the canvas, keep his emotions in check, and really show what he's capable of. The imminent international break where Ghana face Niger and Angola in the AFCON qualifiers is a perfect opportunity to turn his season around.
That's Haruna Mubarak's report. So not a great time for Mohamed Kudus now. He will miss several matches and will not be in action at least until December. All right, let's move it on then. Reports have been making rounds over the past weeks that GFA President Kedro Krokwe intends to run for a 3rd term when his 8-year tenure elapses. Now, at present, the association's regulations stipulate that he cannot serve beyond 2 terms, but such statutes can be amended at Congress, and there are proposals already about that happening. Now, former GFA Chairman Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo has vowed to fight any attempt to change the statutes.
My main reason for saying this is that Graphic asked me that there's a rumor going around that the present leadership at the FA intends coming out with a suggestion that will lead to the extension of the term the president of the FA. I think the FA has a constitution, and the constitution has come out clearly that the term should be 2 terms, just like we have in this country in our constitution or the US. So to me, we have to go by the constitution, and if it comes to defend the constitution, I will definitely do that.
That's Dr. Nyanya Tamaklo, former chairman of the Ghana Football Association. Now, let's move it on. A group of Ghanaian physically challenged athletes under the National Disability Sports Fraternity protested yesterday at the Ministry of Youth and Sports over alleged visa racketeering that's aimed at exploiting disabled athletes. Led by Frederick Asso, Athlete Commissioner on the National Paralympic Committee Board, the group accused the National Paralympic Committee of being complicit and called for an investigation into the matter. And we will follow that story very, very closely. But let's do Champions League football now. And Arsenal's unbeaten run in this season's campaign was brought to an end by a controversial first half penalty as Inter Milan won 1-0 at the San Siro last night. The hosts were awarded a spot kick seconds before the break when Mikel Merino was deemed to have handled the ball, although there was little he could do to move out of the way of Mehdi Tarami's flick. But the decision stood after a VAR check before Hakan Çalhanoğlu confidently sent the penalty down the middle. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta says the penalty decision was difficult to accept.
The dominance that we showed against one of the best teams in Europe in this stadium, I haven't seen it, all the games that I watched, and then extremely frustrated as well because there are two decisions that at the end marks the results and the course of the game. Well, I don't understand. It's just a deflection. There is no danger at all. You cannot react because the ball is very close. But okay, they decide that it is a penalty. But then if that's a penalty, the one on Mikel Merino, when he punches in the head, it has to be 1000% a penalty. These are the margins in this game, and very, very difficult to accept.
That's Mikel Arteta. Things not going great for Arsenal at the moment. Paris Saint-Germain as well. They've not won the game in the Champions League in the last 3 attempts. They lost yesterday at home to Atletico Madrid by 2-1. And Aston Villa, who started the campaign with a 100% record, lost for the first time yesterday. And it came courtesy a bizarre penalty incident from their captain Tyrone Mings, who picked up the ball after the goalkeeper passed it to him instead of kicking it. Emi Martinez left very frustrated that was awarded a penalty. Now, Robert Lewandowski, on the other hand, he scored a goal in each half to help Barcelona secure a comprehensive 5-2 win at Red Star Belgrade. Barca climbed to 6th on the table with 9 points. Jules Koundé provided a hat-trick of assists in that game.
Thank you. It's a good feeling. It's always a good feeling to give assist. I know it's something I'm working on a lot because that's the part of my game I need to improve. So it's good. It showed that I'm a good way, and obviously shout out to my teammate because they scored the goal. It wasn't easy.
That's Jules Koundé there. And elsewhere, Bayern Munich's 1-0 victory over Benfica at the Allianz Arena was overshadowed by the death of a fan. An hour after the game, a medical emergency in the stands delayed kickoff. A statement from the club said that out of consideration, the Sud Curve refrained from its usual vociferous support for their team, and the club also reduced its coverage of the match. Now, a bit of good news for Benjamin Mendy, the former Man City defender. He is entitled to the majority of his unpaid salary from the Premier League club, according to a ruling by a judge. The France international, who was charged with rape and sexual assault in August 2021, took City to an employment tribunal to claim about £11 million before tax in unpaid wages after he was suspended without any pay from September 2021 all the way till he left the club in June 2023. Last year, Mendy was cleared of a series of rape and attempted rape charges. So good news for Benjamin Mendy there. Bringing us to the end of sports here on the Joy Sports Center. There's more on our website, myjoyonline.com/sports, and that's what it is. But if you're interested in this bit of news, I don't know if Raymond, you followed this story during the Olympics. The Australian breakdancer who made all the headlines because and she became an internet sensation. She's called Rachel Gann. She's now announced that she will retire from the competition, citing viral response to her performance at the Olympic Games as the reason. So the internet has managed to send the Australian breakdancer into retirement.
I'm not sure what that means, but
you don't remember seeing that? It was all over the place. Raymond, do you have internet?
Is breakdancing? I tend to focus on the much more important things, but that I mean, of course,
that was one of the stand-up moments at the Olympics. She became an internet sensation with her kangaroo styles and moves and stuff like that. She gave me hope that I could represent Ghana in the breakdancing competition.
Sorry.
I said she gave me hope.
That's where I draw the line. I mean, clearly, it can be.
She gave me hope. And now the internet has forced her into retirement.
This hope is unfounded, it is illegitimate, and it cannot be founded on anything.
Even during Halloween, people were dressing up as Reagan. I mean, come on.
Food for Thought is coming up next, and it's brought to you by Roverman Productions,
Be the difference. And Uncle Abuwas, you join us now for the conversation. But before then, Rovan Productions, in partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, presents a roller coaster ride of expensive jokes, crazy pranks, and edge of seat thrilling drama in an original Uncle White play. That's the foreplay. Will and Tilly, estranged, ex-spouses and parents of Faith, have not spoken to each other for 10 good years after their explosive divorce. On the eve of Faith's wedding, she does the unthinkable by putting them in the same room in a hotel suite in an attempt to get them to patch up the difference, and this sparks fireworks. Faith's fiancé is also on a secret mission which blows up in a way no one expects. Will they be able to remedy the situation on time for the wedding? The foreplay is an edge of your seat experience that explores the comedy and drama of family life, forgiveness, and love. The foreplay shows for 1 weekend only at the National Theatre as follows. Fridays, 29th of November at 7 p.m. One show, only one, Friday night. And Saturday, there are two shows. That's the 30th of November, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. On Sunday, the 1st of December at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. 3 shows. So it's 1, 2, 3. Friday 1, Saturday 2, and Sunday 3. The rate is 200 cedi per. Buy tickets now via Koba Short Code star 365 star 535 hash or on the Roverman app. Discounts are available for big purchases and for persons on the loyalty list and or with the loyalty cards. To place orders or make inquiries, please WhatsApp 050554 6030 or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors Corba, Gino Tomato Mix, and GCB Bank and T-List. Communication partners M Notify and Logistics Movers. Buy your tickets now. Roverman Production. Be the difference.
The difference. Raymond.
Uncle.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I hope you are doing well.
This morning, I want to join you in pleading with Fentiu.
Thank you.
To give up this breakdancing idea.
But Uncle, do you not remember Reagan, the Australian internet sensation?
We even imitated her in one of our plays.
There you go.
I see.
And Raymond does not remember. I wonder if he's on the internet at all.
I know.
We imitated it I think we did that one for the last play that we did.
Okay.
So I want to feed you.
So you all contributed to her retirement. She says the trolls were too much.
Yes, and please, we don't want you to go on retirement. So please, don't imitate it. And Raymond, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything by not watching it.
I am very grateful to you.
By the way, Raymond, yesterday was the 90th birthday of a great man, Justice Amonu Money.
Oh, yes, wonderful.
He turned 90 yesterday, and I was privileged to be at the Thanksgiving service at the Perez Chapel International. So Justice Amonu Money, God bless you. The pastors prayed for him and asked for 30 more years for him. So
30 and that's a long time to be alive. It's a long
time.
I'm wondering how many domestic debt exchange will be happening in this country within that period. But I mean, clearly.
Oh my goodness, yes. And thank you, Raymond, for talking about my quarter four play.
Brilliant.
The foreplay.
Yes.
Only one weekend. Please note that. So don't wait for a second weekend. Exercise your option to buy the ticket now.
Except that there are 6 shows in the weekend. 6 shows in the weekend.
That's right. Yes. Raymond, this morning I have the result of the American presidential election on my mind. Unlike many of my friends, the result did not surprise me at all. In fact, I was expecting this outcome. And this is the second time I have predicted that Trump would win an election, and he has. In 2016, I spoke with some of my friends who are based in the US, and I asked for their perspectives on the presidential race between Trump and Hillary. All of them, without exception, were very sure that Hillary would win. After listening to them, I said to them, my friends, you better start considering the possibility that Trump would win the election. And you better start learning to call him Mr. President. Raymond, my friends were outraged. And one of them virtually said, you live in Ghana. What do you know of America? You don't know, and neither do you understand America. So shut up. That was 8 years ago. And last Tuesday evening, that was the day before the American election, one of my sons asked me what I thought was going to be the outcome of the American election. And I said to him, Trump is going to win. And this is something I had told everyone in my inner circles all the way since Trump won the nomination for the Republican Party. Now, a disclaimer. I am no elections expert. I am no prophet or seer when it comes to elections. But I love to read the times and to understand the times. With Trump, I was also dismissive of him when he came down the escalator with his daughter to announce that he was going to run for president. But I began to sit up when he kept on surviving one scandal after another. The admissions he made on that Access Hollywood video on his habit of grabbing women by their private parts should have ended any political or public life for him, but it didn't. And then there was his constant attacks on the mainstream media, calling them fake news, and he got away with it. In fact, it seemed like the more he insulted the mainstream media, the more coverage they gave him for free. Raymond, think, if Obama had committed even a fraction of the mistakes Trump was making, it would have been Obama's end for good. But Trump made mistakes and it didn't affect his support. He once boasted that he could shoot someone in broad daylight at Times Square and he would not lose any support. That told me that this was a man who had discovered the core of what made America tick, and he had discovered how to milk it. Fast forward to his presidency, that's his first term. It was obvious that he made up facts as he went along, and he got away with it, even after being fact-checked by the media. Any other politician would have been doomed by some of the things he said, but not Trump. He was like an armored tank facing bullets from a rifle. The bullets just seemed to bounce off, and the tank kept rolling on. As president, he showed utter contempt and scorn for the mainstream media, and yet the same media could not get enough of him. He ruled via tweets, and the mainstream media would pick those tweets and spend the whole day analyzing and commenting on them. I remember one day he started a tweet at 2 a.m. and sent it out with dots at the end to indicate that the tweet was not finished. And the media spent the time discussing the unfinished tweet and guessing what the rest of it would be. Meanwhile, he did not bother to finish the tweet till the next morning. And then that was also news for the whole day on all media platforms. He told me that Trump had become the puppeteer of America and he was bending the nation to his will. Then came the election denial when he lost his bid for re-election in 2020 and tried desperately to overturn the results by any means possible. He compounded that by sending his followers to the Capitol, who became an angry mob, and again, he got away with it. Now, leading up to his second run for the White House, he faced a lot of legal battles, but he kept going. And even out of office, leading Republican Party members were not prepared to take him on. That told me that for whatever reason, Trump had become very powerful in his party. And the source of his power, Trump had found his support base, and he was not interested in cutting anyone beyond that support base. And for that loyalty to them, the supporters have rewarded him with their total support. That base has come through for him in this election big time. Raymond, there are two takeaways for me in Trump's victory. One, don't try to be all things to all men. It won't get you anywhere. Trump is not stupid. He is probably the smartest man to ever run for president. So, when you hear him say outrageous things, you should understand that he is not talking to you. He is talking to his base. If what Trump says does not make sense to you, it is because you are not his audience. He is not interested in whether you think he makes sense or not. But the people he is targeting, they are grateful for the things he's saying. The second takeaway from the Trump victory is that the times have changed and we need to wake up to it. Raymond, it used to be that a politician who is caught in even one lie was finished. Now it does not seem to matter. It used to be that to reach an audience, you had to go through a gatekeeper and a media network. Today, all you need is a phone and an internet connection, and the world is your audience. It used to be that news was gathered, edited, and presented professionally by trained people like you, Raymond. Today, crazy schoolgirls with access to a phone in their dormitory can reach millions of people with just one silly post on social media. The mainstream media in the US believed that all they had to do was fact check Trump to expose him and make him lose support. Well, they did their fact checks and Trump did not lose any support. Now, because the sun comes up from the east and sets in the west every day, it is easy to think that the world is the same. In one lifetime, our lifetime, the world has changed so drastically that the old rules and the old ways don't seem to apply anymore. My question is, are we prepared for such a world? It used to be said that don't use yesterday's logic to solve today's problems. Now we have to say, don't use this morning's logic to solve this afternoon's problems. The world is changing that fast. The point I'm making is, let's get serious in Ghana. Let's not major in minor things. Ghana and Africa have been left behind before. And I pray that we don't allow ourselves to be left behind again. The world has changed and continues to change every minute. The question is, are we even aware of that? And Raymond, that is my presentation. That's my presentation for this morning, Raymond. And I wish you a great weekend and a fun-filled weekend. I know that you are not too big on fun, but this weekend have fun.
I try my very best. I mean, the ones that are not going to cost me money. Yeah, that's what I tend to do. Yeah, that's why I tend to prioritize. The people are not so heavily resourced, so we have to be mindful. But it was a fantastic delivery, and it got me thinking about some other issues around the Trump victory, especially when you say that you cannot be using yesterday's logic to deal with more today's problems. I mean, perhaps it's something that we should apply to all other areas and be consistent, perhaps, in updating the kind of logics we apply to situations. It's very interesting.
And that is why the polls got it wrong. Mm-hmm. They got it wrong because they were using yesterday's logic to solve today's problem. But the world has changed so much that you can't even use this morning's logic to solve this afternoon's problems. That is how fast the world has changed and is changing.
And that certainly would also be another thing to consider, because then at what point would you see which one is applicable? And the requirement for update is also very key. Anyway.
Yeah, I can see about you said. My favorite about you said.
Yes, Uncle.
It has increased in proportion and size.
Don't worry.
And what is driving that development?
Raymond, you said something, so you might as well answer it.
Yes, because of financial issues.
Don't worry, I will pass by the barbers today.
Oh, okay.
Now that
the problem has been resolved.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Wait. I was say you are going to the barbers to do what?
To trim the beard.
True.
For the beard.
Yes.
Okay.
And also reduce the size of the hair on the head. No, the length of the hair on the head.
It's not so visible, but okay. Well,
no, they can see the side and side. Not
maybe dimension wise. I was not seeing
side and side.
Okay,
you look at the side. Don't look at the other part. Now you see anything. So if I'm wearing a hat, then that'll be okay. But since I'm not wearing, I have to go and take off everything. So we'll do that.
All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you very, very much, Uncle.
Okay, and now the Joy Business Minutes is brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electrical Services Limited, the generator experts. The Bank of Ghana has moved to improve dollar supply on the market. It has introduced a new avenue for selling foreign exchange commercial banks and businesses. The Public Interest and Accountability Committee (PIAC) has questioned government's commitment to the industry sector. This follows revelation that no significant amount of funding was allocated to the sector from the petroleum funds since last year. Energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Sulemana has disclosed that the global green energy push will certainly take a hit following re-election of Donald Trump as the next president of the US. And interest rates are widely expected to be cut by the Bank of England today in a move closely watched by businesses and consumers. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, Anointed Electrical Services Limited, the generator experts.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And so let's get interactive this morning. We've told you about the American elections. You can tell us, what your own permutations are. Do you see a situation where a victory for Donald Trump is an indication of a victory for the NPP or the NDC, all of them claiming it. So you can definitely get in touch with us this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS, and then on WhatsApp 05511119997. Social media messages brought to us by Cowbell Coffee, with you every moment, and EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. So look, every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency. You name them, but many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you would always want to remember. Star 770 hash. Yes, star 770 hash is the new EcoBank money emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bill payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more. You don't need internet for this. Just dial star 770 hash. No need to panic in any money emergency situation, because EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. So guys, let's talk about something we all want: success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Actually, when the work gets tough, and I bet you it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need someone to be there for you, Cowbell Coffee will be by your side. It's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that will aid kickstart your day. So whether you're working or just creating memories with friends and loved ones, Cowbell Coffee will be there with you every moment. So no matter where you are, as you chase those goals, keep Cowbell Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Remember, Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Download it. You go enjoy it. In my Brahmin check. In my Brahmin check. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple. EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise. You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich creamy goodness of Cowbell coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a special feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra silent, fuel efficient diesel generating sets ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. And for every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. And their services include a 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, and professional advice, as well as sale of tower lights and rental. Locate their latest branches in Bibiani Petroji opposite the Bethel School Junction on the main Bibiani Kumasi Highway, Techiman X-Oil Filling Station on the main Techiman Kumasi Highway, and then locate their head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They also have 18 branches nationwide. They are into skills training. They have a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals, and controls and solar installations. They offer 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. Contact their hotlines on 0243 480 334 or 0243 690 295. Anointed, the generator experts. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting energy's latest foam, your partner for life, in Lancaster University, the only British university campus in West Africa. Our focus is on this.
Recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament, which is the repository of the sovereign will of the people of Ghana. The current brouhaha may be likened to a power play between the arms of government and has the potential to undermine our democracy and the authority of Parliament. Its outcomes could subvert Ghana's constitutional order and the democratic system. Ghanaians have toiled, sacrificed their lives, and shed blood to establish for decades.
How will the power play end in Parliament? Which side will become the majority or will sit at the right side of the speaker today? And which side will be at the speaker's left? Stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show. But does the speaker in any way give an indication of how he intends to conduct business today? We'll find out. But of course, this morning also on the Super Morning Show, for many of you, this looked like something that could never happen. Donald Trump winning the US presidential elections. And already, the two main political parties in Ghana, the NPP and the NDC, are telling us of a sign of things to come. We'll get into that conversation here on the Super Morning Show. But first, switch to Telecel fixed broadband today and experience incredible bonuses, non-expiry bundles, data transfers across devices, and lots more. New customers get 50% bonus or data in addition to other mind-blowing offers, and existing Customers receive 300% bonus data on every broadband renewal to keep browsing. To subscribe to Telecel Fixed Broadband for these amazing offers, simply dial *900# or use the Telecel Play app or visit a Telecel retail outlet or their website telecel.com.gh and get connected today. Terms and conditions apply. Telecel, connecting energies. So picture this: you're lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. You know your comfort and well-being should have never been compromised. Well, that's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Make sure waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. As the Latest Foam promise, invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, Charlie, you do yourself. Latest Foam is your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. Call them on 0302231155-262 or 0322008499. Or visit them online, latestfoamghana.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices. You also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service, rental and sale of tire lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 18 branches nationwide. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Call our hotlines on 0302 324723 or 0243 690295. Also on 0243 480334. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Please, how much is the rice? It depends on size, no. 5 kilogram, no. And no cup for 120 Ghana cedis. 120 Ghana cedis? Ayo, right now, the importers are complaining about the high dollar rate, taxes, and import duties. So they have also increased prices. You can ask around.
But this same bag was 25 Ghana cedis in 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
You see, elections have consequences. Today, when you complain, government says Russia and Ukraine war.
And you are forgetting COVID-19.
One bag of cement in John Dramani Mohammed's time, 2016, was 24 cedis, but now it has crossed 100 Ghana cedis under the NPP. The dollar was 4 cedis under Mahama, but today it is 16 Ghana cedis under the watch of Mr. Economic Fundamentals. These are the people who told us that Yetisikaso and accommodate.
Hey, Erade, you are too ababoni. All the sweet promises have turned out to be 419.
Madam, we are all suffering. We really need a tried and tested, experienced and visionary leader who can reset our country and lead us to build the Ghana we all want.
Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Hey, Makasada.
Get ready.
Every objection against you is hereby dismissed.
For Impact 2024 with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Isi Igene, Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asari, and Reverend Dr. David Entry, November 24th to December 1st, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily at Action Chapel International Prayer Cathedral, Dominion Arena. For inquiries or bars information, call 059-230-0069.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
FM, and I know there are many of you who by now know, that all of us do know by now, that Donald Trump has staged a comeback. He says this is historic. The CNN admits it's unprecedented, and the way he goes about it, winning, in fact, virtually all the battleground states. But that's triggered a conversation in Ghana. Already, the NDC says it's an indication that John Dramani Mahama will stage a comeback to reset Ghana. The NPP says, well, anytime the Republicans have won in the US, we have also won. So it cannot be the case that, a victory for Donald Trump becomes a victory for John Dramani Mahama. This morning, let's get into it. It's a political season. And Director of Communications of the Baumia campaign, Dennis Miracles Abuaje, is joined us on phone. We'll be joined by Sami Jemfi also shortly. Dennis Miracles Abuaje, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, bro. How are we doing?
We're fine. I see that the political parties are trying to capitalize on the Donald Trump victory as to what is going to happen in Ghana, isn't it?
Well, not for the MPP. I haven't seen any of the MPP do that. Yesterday, the General Secretary only released a statement simply because the Republican Party, as you are aware, and the MPP belong to the same group, the Democracy Union, International Democracy Union. And so basically it's our sister party that has won an election in the US. And we share in that victory. And the fact that we have a sister conservative party who has been found fit enough to lead the United States of America. And so it is on the basis of that relationship that exists between the MPP and the Republican Party that really the MPP is having any conversation at all and nothing else. I mean, you already know that a lot of times when the Republican Party are having their political events, we are invited to send representatives. Barely some 2-3 months ago, some leadership of the Republican Party were in this country to also help train our party people on some areas in political mobilization. So that relationship exists between the two parties. And so it was in order that the General Secretary and the party shares in Donald Trump's victory reinforces the fact that the world needs the conservative political parties to make it a better place.
Now, talking about the world needing conservative political parties, isn't that in itself, you aligning with that victory and by extension indicating what is likely to happen or what should happen in Ghana?
No. I mean, my grandmother in Latte is not going to vote because somebody in the United States has won an election. That is completely far-fetched. And I think that is trivial at its best. The challenges in Ghana are completely different from the challenges in the United States. The issues and the facts that are confronting the people of Ghana are completely different from the ones that are confronting the United States of America. So yes, I mean, you can do some conversations around it, but in actual sense, it's just talk. And we don't want to, we are not naive to think that the people in KJTR or half a region this morning are going to be voting based on the issues that confront them, and not because some other country voted for a political party that is NPP friendly. I don't think that is anything relevant to us.
But I'm sure you've heard from some of your friends on the other side who've said this is an indication that the U.S. elections, they've cited the fact that the U.S. elections have had some bit of whenever the Republicans have won, the NPP's won. When the Democrats have won, the NDC's won. But of course, that didn't happen in 2020. But they say that's an indication that once a former president in the U.S. has been able to stage a comeback, it's an indication of things to happen in Ghana in December 2024.
We wish them well. But this one, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia is still in the Ashanti region campaigning and having conversations that are quite relevant to the day and seeking for the votes of the people. I mean, these things, you can do the analysis from 100 different angles. You can talk about somebody that is about 80 years within an election, so it makes it possible that an 80-year person can come and win an election in Ghana. Can talk about somebody that is as tall as Donald Trump, and so because of Donald Trump's height and the person's height, somebody can win an election. You can talk about a woman who has been rejected by the America, and for which reason Ghanaians will also reject a woman. I mean, there are so many ways to look at it. We don't think it's relevant. 30 days to elections, that's serious things to discuss. Like I'm saying, Nana Dankwe won elections in 2016. Donald Trump won election in 2016. But Donald Trump lost in 2020. If you recall, when Donald Trump lost in 2020, the same NDC said that because our sibling, the Republican Party, has lost in the US, we are also going to lose. I'm sure you remember.
Sure.
He said it. That because Republican Party has lost in 2020 elections, Nanado was also going to lose. And that they are friends to the Democrats. In fact, I'm just looking at a flyer that they did where Joe Biden was lifting the hands of Kamala Harris and John Mahama, His Excellency, was holding the hands of Professor Nana Jane, and had lifted it up. And they did a photo grid of it and shared it all over social media. That because Biden had won the elections, it means that, and then he had a female vice president. It was an indication that John Mahama was going to win the 2020 elections with a female vice president, because these are all things that have come to happen in the past, and they didn't win. So, like I'm saying, unless we just want to have these conversations to laugh and be happy over, they are not really relevant to the woman at Ayeswano. And in any case, if you are going to do permutations, we are a sister party to the party that has won in the United States. We have the same symbol, we have the same political ideology, we have the same political principles and philosophy. They are our sisters in the US. They train our people. We go to share ideas and share strategies with them. They come and share with us. So, if anything, we say that the elephant has been brought back into the White House. And if you already have the elephant in the Jubilee House, why do you take it out? And so there are so many ways to look at it. Like I'm saying, the people of Ija Kwabra South are having their own issues that Dr. Mahmoud Wamia is having a conversation around with them now. And that's what we are keeping our eyes on. But the conversation can continue, it doesn't matter. The end is, we wish them well. If they would not go and campaign and they would only sit down and think that because a former president has been, who said it's not possible for a former president to win an election? There are so many examples. Donald Trump is not the only former president that has lost an election and come back. If you go to Brazil, it happened recently, not too long ago, and all of that. So it doesn't mean anything. And there are also several former presidents that have staged comebacks and lost. So really, I don't know what we are discussing this morning, really.
Just hold on, because Sami Jemfi, National Communications Officer of the NDC, has joined us on the phone. Sami, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Kojo.
So, Sami, how is a Donald Trump victory likely to impact elections in Ghana?
Well, I don't think that substantially the just ended American election can impact the upcoming December 7th polls that Ghanaians will be going. However, there are useful lessons from the outcome of the just ended elections in the United States of America, which I believe many discerning Ghanaians will pick something from. And that has to do with the fact that you cannot have a sitting vice president pretend to be a mere driver's mate, pretend to run away from responsibility, pretend to distance himself or herself from the failings of a government that he or she is part and parcel of. You cannot have a vice president, sitting vice president for that matter, pretend to be an opposition leader in his own government, campaigning against policies that he himself was part and parcel of relative to the shaping and formulating of such policies. Come to you and say, I represent change, so vote for me and I will do things differently. Vote for me and I am going to reduce hardships. I'm going to address the problems that you are going through. No. Discerning minds will always reject such double speak, such hypocrisy, such double standards, because they know that it is not genuine, it is not sincere. That is what the outcome of the just ended United States of America elections signify. That once you are a sitting vice president of an incumbent regime, you are part and parcel of that regime. You share in the successes of that regime and you share in the failings of that regime. You cannot attempt to take the people for granted and play on their intelligence by claiming that you are different from that government. No, discerning minds are going to reject you. So this is a clarion call to Alhaji Bawumia, who is a flag bearer of the failed ruling New Patriotic Party, and who today is campaigning like an opposition leader in government, telling Ghanaians that, utilities are so high because we import A, B, C, D. Vote for me and I will do things differently, forgetting that in the last 8 years, he's been part and parcel of the very people who have destroyed our economy. And in fact, he was at the helm relative to the mismanagement of the economy in his position as chairman of the so-called economic management team. You cannot tell Ghanaians that vote for me and I'll scrap the e-levy when your general secretary who sits in cabinet told Ghanaians that you are in full support of the e-levy. You can't tell us vote for me and I'll scrap emissions levy when you are the chairman of the economic management team that proposed these draconian tax policies to cabinet for cabinet's approval. Ghanaians are far away. Ghanaians are discerning. They will not, excuse my language, be fooled by these theatrics and these gimmicks. They can see through the lies. They know that once upon a time, candidate Akufo-Addo came to we the people of Ghana and shared his sincere handicap relative to the management of the economy and told us that it was for that reason that he had selected a young man called Alhaji Bawumia, who was once the deputy governor at the Bank of Ghana and helped President Kufuor stabilize the cedi, to come and give Ghanaians a strong cedi. We've seen the videos. Cedi na hata.
Yeah, but Sammy, I mean, talking about
he told us exactly why he brought Bawumia into the picture. And so Ghanaians today will hold Bawumia accountable relative to the primary responsibility for which he was made or elected vice president. Which responsibility is the management of our national currency and the management of the economy, which today he has failed woefully to do. Ghanaians will hold him accountable for that.
But Sammy, I mean, the U.S. also, in fact, the polls had indicated that, yes, while the economy was important, many people looked at the economic policies of both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and about 55% of Americans felt that into the future, Donald Trump would be a better handler or manager of the economy than Kamala Harris. Shouldn't that be something you should be looking at instead of what is in the past? They looked at the future and who had the best economic policies.
My brother, that is exactly what I am driving at, and that is exactly what I think majority of the Ghanaian electorate will be looking at. The economic management records of the two political parties. Why? John Dramani Mahama has been vice president before and chairman of the economic management team. He's held the same position that Alhaji Bawumia has held in 8 years. Whereas one of these two personalities is now shying away from the economy. He doesn't even have the mojo to mention the word economy and discuss the economic policies of his own government. The other, who is not even an economist, is always proud to talk about the economy because he has a far superior legacy when it comes to prudent management of the economy. It was under John Mahama as chairman of the economic management team that Ghana chalked its best ever economic matrices. It was under him that inflation reduced from double digits to single digits and was sustained as single digits for 33 months. It was at the time John Mahama was vice president and chairman of the economic management team. It was under him that Ghana chalked its highest economic growth in history, 14.4% in 2011. It was under him that we saw interest rate in the single digits. So Ghanaians know what John Mahama can do with the economy if he's at the helm of economic management, because they've seen him occupy the position of vice president and chairman of the economic management team, the same position Bawumia has failed at. Even as president, when he was leaving office at the end of 2016, our country was not the bankrupt country it is today. We had a proud country which was serving its debt obligations. We have not defaulted on our debt obligations. Our credit rating was B-, meaning stable with a positive outlook. Today, we have defaulted on our debt obligations. The first time in the last 50 years, our economy, which was rated B- under Mahama, today is rated junk. It's a baller economy that nobody has, confidence in. Okay. Today, we've been locked out of the capital markets that President Kufuor of the MPP, took us. Today, unemployment has soared to over 14.7% according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Ghanaians know that even though unemployment was a challenge under John Mahama, it stood at 8.4% according to the Ghana Statistical Service. So Ghanaians will not choose an unemployment rate of almost 15% over 8.4%.
Okay,
they will not choose a nominal CD to dollar rate of now 17.2 cedis to the dollar to 4 cedis 20 pesos to the dollar under Mahama. So they have seen John Dramani Mahama as vice president and president, and they have seen Alhaji Bawumia as vice president and chairman of the economic management team. And they know that when it comes to the economy, Mahama is that safe pair of hands, is that experienced, tried and tested leader we can entrust our bankrupt economy to, for him to salvage what is left of the economy. And so I'm very clear in my mind that these important lessons will be picked by majority of Ghanaians. If you look at the campaign Vice President Kamala Harris ran in the U.S., her campaign is on all fours, or was on all fours, with a current campaign being run by Bawumia, where you hear a certain vice president saying that I'm not part of the mess created by my own government.
Can you hold on for me? Sammy Jemfi, can you hold on? Let me just get the take of Dennis Miracles Abuaje on what you have said. Dennis.
Yes, I think that first of all, I'm glad that finally Sami is coming to the realization that, and the fact that a former president has won an election in America doesn't mean that an incompetent one would also win in Ghana. Now, just take note that the American people took a decision by running a strict comparative analysis between what Donald Trump did when he was president and what has happened under Biden with Kamala when they are president. Now, Donald Trump, when he was president, didn't have a situation where he plunged his country into darkness for 4 years. And so the people could vote for him because he didn't plunge the country into doomsday for 4 years to lead to factories and companies collapsing and lead to people being laid off from their work. Donald Trump, when he was president, did not say the country was broke, so much so that public sector workers worked for 12 months, and there was a 3-month policy to pay them for only 3 months. Donald Trump never did that. Donald Trump did not withdraw the social safety nets of the people of America in the name of the country is broke. John Mahama did. He cancelled allowances of nurses and teachers. He looked them in the eyes and said that if they're looking forward for him to restore this, so they vote for him, then they should vote against him. Donald Trump was voted back into office because the workers of the United States recall that when they encountered COVID at the time when he was president, he put in place some incentives for them so that they do not feel the effect of it as much as they would. Former President Mahama, when he was in office, looked in the eyes of the Ghana Medical Association and told them that he was not going to negotiate with them when it comes to improved conditions of service. And that if they say they are going to go on strike, they can go for all he cares. And that he is almost like a dead goat and he cannot be threatened by a knife. Donald Trump, when he was president, did a lot more in terms of infrastructure for the people of America. The former president, when he was president, constructed 4,000 kilometers of road for the people of this Ghana. No discerning Ghanaian would go and vote for the former incompetent president for constructing 4,000 kilometers of road and vote against a government that has constructed 12,000 kilometers of road. No discerning Ghanaian would do that. The thousands of teachers and nurses who completed school in 2013, 2014, 2015, and 16 that the former incompetent president, John Mahama, left them at home, they are still there. They will vote against him. You see, this economy was so broke under him that because the economy could not afford to provide the necessary safety net for the poor, over 100,000 children were left on the street every year without any opportunity to go to further education and secondary education. Today, this government that he calls a failed junk economy is able to stand in there for the poor, is able to provide for the poor. The failed junk economy he is referring to is able to keep the over 100,000 children they left on the streets in the classrooms and get them trained. The failed economy he is referring to has been able to buy fuel to power the generators that the incompetent one took on credit to keep the power of this country on for 8 years. The failed economy has not said that you're a public sector worker, you've worked for 12 months and I'll pay you for 3 months. That failed economy hasn't done that.
Okay.
You see, economy and its successes is not about the numbers on the table, on the paper. The successes of the economy is the impacts that the people feel in their lives. This government has not achieved everything that it set out to achieve. It is not every single economic indicator that this government would say that, hey, we've done so well with it. But I can tell you without any shadow of doubt that if you get onto the street and talk to the ordinary Ghanaian, they will tell you that they prefer, in their words, the words of the incompetent former president, a failed economy that will ensure that they will have quality health care, that will ensure that people in very remote areas will receive medication when they want to receive as a result of the zipline drones, that would ensure that the National Health Insurance has added other illnesses that were not on the health insurance in the past. The incompetent one, when it comes to health care, the National Health Insurance scheme was almost collapsed. 1.5 million Ghanaians left the scheme because it was completely useless. Today, we have not only seen an addition of millions more of Ghanaians onto the health insurance, but we have seen an addition of more illness and sicknesses that the health insurance was not covering. And the discerning Ghanaian would take an economy like that than that of the incompetent former president. So these are very critical things that the Ghanaian voter is going to look at. You see, you can't rant your way into power. You cannot rant and list challenges of a country into power. You ask them a very, very critical and important question. What is your alternative? The vice president, in all his engagement, as he is doing this morning, is showing his scorecard and telling the people of Ghana that, yes, this is what we have been able to achieve. But these are the things we have not been able to achieve yet. And so this remains our challenges as a country. Now, this is my solution to these challenges. And he's outlined clearly what his solutions, his proposal for dealing with the economic difficulties that we find ourselves in today. He's outlined them. He's outlined what his solution or proposal for dealing with the outstanding things in education, the outstanding things in health, the outstanding issues in infrastructure, the outstanding issues in all the social aspects of the citizens. What is the alternative of the incompetent former president? And those are the things that the people of Ghana are going to look at. So if you sit here in Ghana and assume that because you have a former president who was voted out of office because, predominantly, as you are aware, Trump was voted out of office because the people of America thought that he put them into difficulties during the COVID era. And that's what the Ghanaian people are not going to do. Everybody in the world admits that the COVID and the Russia-Ukraine is something that the world has not seen since the 1920s, since the Spanish flu. And so all economies are struggling and trying to get its feet back on track. And so today, if there's any lesson that the Ghanaian people are going to pay, that is the Americans voted against Trump because they thought the economy was bad, but Trump kept telling them that COVID was the reason why he was going through those difficulties. And they voted against him only to bring a government, a democratic government, a sister party to the NDC, to come to office and symbolically perform. So the people of Ghana are learning lessons from it. They say, hey, the Republican Party, the brothers to the MPP in Ghana were voted out of office because we said the economy was difficult, only for them to bring the NDC partners in the US, and they were completely a sham. And so they brought back the elephant into the White House simply because they have regretted. Why do you think the Ghanaian people will put themselves through that same regret when they know that you have nothing to offer?
Okay.
Why does he think anybody would do? So you see, you don't come and stand and rant and list. What is your solution to the education situation that we have at the moment? What is your solution to the health situation?
Can you hold on?
What is your solution to the economic situation?
Okay.
Then the people will analyze that against what it is when you were president. Remember, he is the only one that has been president before on the ballot paper. The incompetent former president is the only person that has been president before on the ballot paper. No other candidate on the ballot paper has been president before. And so we cannot hide behind the listing of challenges that the country, everybody knows, obvious challenges that everybody is looking for it to vote for a solution to it, and list them and then go to sleep and expect that the people will vote for you. No, there are over 3 million Ghanaian children who have benefited from senior high school in spite of a failed economy. They will vote against you because you left their brothers at home when you were president.
Let me bring in Sami Jemfi. Yes, Sami, you have the final points to make.
Thank you. First of all, this is Joy Super Money Show, right?
Yes.
So I'll plead that you fact check some of the things that your guests say on this platform, because this is arguably the biggest platform in Ghana, and your listeners are very discerning. Let's first of all set the record straight.
Don't worry, Raymond is here. He would fact check all of that. We'll fact check everything.
So relative to some of the falsehood that Dennis has peddled, it is not true that John Mahama ever said that Ghana was broke, our economy was broke under him. John Mahama never said that. And so Dennis and his ilk should stop peddling that falsehood. Now, it is very rich coming from Dennis, you know, when he says that Mahama said the economy is broke. A clear lie. But look, how do you even say that an economy that could service its debt obligations, an economy that was rated B minus, an economy with inflation rate of 15.4%, an economy with debt to GDP of 56.5% as of 2016, is worse than an economy that cannot service its debt obligations? That at some point, debt to GDP had even crossed 100%. An economy that today has unemployment hovering around 15%. So this economy is not broke, but Mahama's economy was broke. Must have stopped the joke. So this is a serious platform. Number two, he talks about doomsday and he says that under Donald Trump, his people were not put into doomsday for 4 years. It is not true that Ghana recorded doomsday for 4 years. That is another lie. It is in your very studios at Joy FM that Dennis Miracle Abuaje's boss, Alhaji Bawumia, came in March of 2016, and he was told that doomsday had been fixed. Load shedding had officially come to an end, and he was asked his views on that, and he said Mahama deserved no credit for fixing doomsday. For fixing doomsday. So we didn't have doomsday for 4 years. That is another lie. And the most important thing is that the essence of leadership isn't that there won't be challenges. But what true leaders are required to do, which John Mahama did, was that he took responsibility for a legacy problem. A legacy problem. Promised to fix it, and by the time he was leaving office, he had fixed it through the biggest mobilization of emergency power ever seen in the history of Ghana, and through the construction of the biggest factory in the history of Ghana, the $1 billion Tuabo gas processing plant, we save this country about $300 million every year. That is what visionary leaders do. So when you talk about doomsday, you are only highlighting how visionary John Dramani Mahama is, and the fact that he is a safe pair of hands we need to rescue us from the current economic malaise we have been plunged into by Alhaji Bawumia and the MPP. Number three, he says that Mahama withdrew the safety net that we enjoy as a country. What safety net is he talking about? Allowances? You call allowances to teacher and nursing trainees safety nets? Wow. By the way, not too long ago, a nursing trainee told his boss, Bawumia, that for 3 years, some of them have not been paid allowances. What about that? Mahama never took away safety nets. He replaced allowances with student loans. Student loans are another form of safety nets. That is what students in degree awarding tertiary institutions enjoy. So they should stop stop regurgitating these discredited lies. It doesn't do their reputation any good. Then he said, under Mahama, teachers who had worked for 12 months were only paid 3 months. Another lie. The truth of the matter was that they were paid 3 months pending validation. And upon validation, they were paid everything they were due. This is another discredited lie that the MPP continues to regurgitate. It is never true. Is it not ironic that the very government that has failed to pay NAPCO beneficiaries their 700 Ghana cedis allowance for 9 months will be here talking about a government not paying workers? How rich? Look, he talks about infrastructure. Really? Everybody, even the children listening to us this morning, know that when it comes to infrastructure, John Mahama is infrastructure king. That is why he's been named the nation builder. And the mediocre, mundane projects that this government prides itself with pale into insignificance when compared to the unparalleled legacy of John Mahama when it comes to infrastructure. Today, Ghana can boast of the biggest port in West Africa. Because of who? John Mahama. It is because of him that we have the MPS terminal at the Tema port. The Takoradi port expansion was done by him. It is because of Mahama today we can boast of many world-class hospitals. At least because of John Mahama and his predecessor at Mills, we can boast of the first quaternary hospital in the whole of West Africa, the University of Ghana Medical Center. And I'm not even going to get the time to list the host of health projects he built. You can't compare Bawumia or Akufo-Addo to Mahama when it comes to infrastructure. Then he talks about Bawumia outlining bold solutions to the problems confronting us. Really? Bawumia is outlining bold solutions to the problems that he created? Bold solutions. What happened to these bold solutions in the last 8 years?
All right.
What is Bawumia's bold solution to the problem of high unemployment confronting us? The distribution of mobile phones on credit? What is his bold solution to the ever depreciating cedi? Tell me one. Look, we are talking about the election of a former president, Donald J. Trump, a former president who was indicted not once, twice. If Americans can vote for a former president who was also ridiculed like Mahama as a one-term president, and his competitor said, we are going forward, we are turning a new page, we are not going backwards. The same hymn song that Bawumia is singing, then Ghanaians will go back for that experienced, licensed driver, experienced president, tried and tested, John Dramani Mahama. Because they know that under him there was no DDEP with haircuts for people who have lent to the government.
And Dennis Miracle Abuaje for joining us this morning, Sami Jemfi, National Communications Officer of the NDC, and Dennis Miracles Abuaje, who's Director of Communication of the Bawumia campaign. But let's just get, cross over and get to Parliament because our parliamentary correspondent, Kweku Asante, is in Parliament now. Speaker Alban Bagbing is recalled Parliament following a request by the NPP group. And so today Parliament will be sitting. Yesterday the Speaker addressed Ghanaians and he talked about, the power play in here. But Kweku, good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston.
Great. So Kweku, tell us, you are in Parliament today. What's happening so far and what have you been picking up?
So Winston, is about our friend is the Chamber of Parliament. The makeshift Chamber of Parliament situated at the dome of the conference center was opened. As we speak, there is not a single NPP MP in sight, but about 50 NDC MPs, some of them coming in very early as 7 a.m., have already taken their seats. And true to their word, I should say, they have taken the right-hand side of the speaker, the majority side, because, like they said, they insist that given the events that have happened in the last few weeks, that makes them the majority in the House, and they are not going to relinquish that. And so just like the last time, they have taken the right-hand side of the speaker, the majority side. They are having talks among each other. I just see the leader himself, Dr. Kaselato Forsen, his deputy, Emmanuel Lamagufibo, and the chief whip, Kwame Davin Tabuja. There is the former deputy minority leader, James Klocha Abeji, a number of the NDC MPs, Sam George, a number of them, numbering up to 50, already taking their seats in the majority pews of the House because they say they are the majority in the House. The NDP MPs, which requested this sitting, is yet to arrive. None of them. In fact, the last time Parliament started like this, the Chief Whip, Frank Anodompre, was in the chamber before the NDC side overran them and took over the majority side. And so, Winston, that is the story here. 50 NDC MPs have already taken their seats, and they are sitting on the right-hand side, the majority pews, and then there are no NPP MPs inside as we speak, with barely 1 hour for the Speaker to come in and cover the House in session.
What have you been picking when it comes to the NPP MPs? Are they in their offices? I mean, what have you been gathering on the ground?
Ultimately, we're expecting that there will be some caucus meeting of a sort. We understand that hasn't happened, and perhaps will happen this morning, or may not happen. But the talk, especially from the backbench, is that the leadership will have to show them the way in terms of what exactly they have to do. The last time, they boycotted proceedings because they did not get the majority side to sit. And that is why the Speaker of Parliament indefinitely adjourned proceedings, because there will be no quorum to transact business, to actually decide matters on the floor of the House. If they decide not to show up today again, or perhaps boycott proceedings, that will mean, given that they are the ones who requested the sitting, and the urgent government business they have listed to say that they want to transact all these before the 8th Parliament expires, that will not send a very good signal, and the NDC MPs may perhaps use that as an excuse to say that all these emergency sittings that the NPP side have been requested are simply in bad faith. And so they are keeping their strategy very close to their chest. This morning, since I've been here, I've been trying to speak to some members of their leadership, trying to get some understanding as to what exactly they intend to do today. They are not willing to give out much, except to say that in the coming hours we'll get to know what exactly it is that they wish to do, because they are on a leash, really, because at 10 o'clock, if the Speaker of Parliament comes in and they are not here, that leaves just the NDC MPs. And if you have all NDC MPs, even including that one NDC MP whose seat was declared vacant, Peter Yakwachaka, that is 137. That is not enough to form the quorum to take decisions. And then the Speaker of Parliament will perhaps use the same precedent that he used to adjourn the House indefinitely last 2 weeks as basis to adjourn the House. And so the NDP MPs will have to decide what exactly they have to do or they want to do in the next 1 hour. Because when the Speaker takes his seat and they are not here, there will be no quorum to take decisions, and perhaps even the NDC MPs themselves will raise the issue as regards to quorum and urge the Speaker to adjourn proceedings. Wednesday.
Great. Hold on, Kweku Asante, our parliamentary affairs correspondent, because we've also been joined by private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu. Martin, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston. Morning.
Great. Martin, so with you, let's look at the Speaker's, press conference yesterday. He talked about power play, he talks about the interference, he talks about the conniving of the executive and the judiciary to interfere in Parliament. First of all, what is your take on what the Speaker said before we get into the signal he gives in his press conference?
I lost a little bit. You said which part? The signal he gave.
No, that's later. We'll talk about that later. But first, let's talk about what you make generally of what the Speaker said.
Press conference.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It's in the right direction. Absolutely. It's good that the Speaker came out and spoke his mind, because, you see, we've reached this stage in our development that we need to confront the truth. And so if we keep playing ostrich, that just because we say the Supreme Court has final powers of interpretation, anything they say goes. One day this country will implode. So it's good we've made it very clear to the Supreme Court that no, we don't feel what they did in this case is justice at all. This is not justice. And you see, sometimes the way the Supreme Court dealt with this case is as if there are no other lawyers in this country and people wouldn't have understood what went on. It's terribly bad. And I'm sure we've made that very clear in earlier interviews. So it's good the Speaker has added his voice that, what the court did is bad. That is not justice. Also, it's going to contribute to case.
But now that he's talked about what the court did, he's entitled to his opinion, he still has a decision to make. Did you get the signal from his speech that... I think we've lost Martin Kpebu. We'll try and raise Martin Kpebu again. I wanted to find out whether he got the signal from the speaker's speech that the seats of those MPs are still vacant and thus cannot be in Parliament. But reward yourself, Raymond, with a prime investment. Choose from a luxurious one-bedroom unit or a spacious investment studio at Eminence Court, a premier development by Nestor's Homes, located in the heart of Tema Community 26, just behind the Palace Mall. This eco-friendly community offers exceptional rental yields and strong capital appreciation. Experience the epitome of luxury living and smart investing at Eminence Court. Key features, Raymond, listen to this carefully. Off-plan price starting from only $35,000. That's something that you can afford. Fully furnished, delivery in 3 months. A prime location, sure rentals from Airbnb. Don't miss this opportunity to create a lasting legacy. Contact them today on 0531014440 or 0531014447 or visit their website. That's nestas.com.gh or follow them on social media at nestasgh for more information.
You said I could afford something, but everybody they talk say, Charlie, no be easy. With VW Terramont V6, Charlie, it be easy. Easy on your budget and easy on the roads with our powerful V6 engine. Are you looking to purchase a fuel-efficient subcompact SUV with higher ground clearance? Powerful T-Cross will be your best decision. Charlie, it'd be easy to purchase VW cars. Take advantage of our Save a Fortune promo campaign and drive a Volkswagen. Yeah, Volkswagen. Yeah, VW, Volkswagen. Hurry while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Call or WhatsApp VW Ghana on 0257956688 for more information about our range of models: Virtus, T-Cross, Tiguan, Allspace, Terramont, Winston's favorite, and Amarok, the pickup. Anyway,
great. Raymond, let's conclude our conversation with Martin Kpebu. Yes, Martin, I was asking, whether you get the signal you pick from, okay, so we don't have Martin Kpebu, so Kweku is on the line. Let's just conclude this with Kweku Asante. So, Kweku, over the last 5 minutes, has the situation changed? Have you seen any of the NPP members of Parliament walking in? Hello, Kweku. Okay, I think we should try and get in touch with Kweku Asante also. But you know what? Conferencing doesn't have to be the same boring routine. So the location for your next conference can be both result-centered and relaxing. Aqua Safari Resort gives you the best of both worlds and more. Let them take the stress out of the process. Just call them on 0540-110190 and watch your conferences and events effortlessly taken care of.
Hello, drivers out there. It's time for another incredible deal, this time on premium Amaron batteries. Now, if you're looking for reliable, long-lasting power, you have come to the right place. Amaron is known for their performance and durability, making these batteries the must-have for all types of vehicles. Not the kind of batteries that 2 minutes, then you have problems. Then you have to buy another one every month. I said, well, you see that?
No, it's not even that. I mean, the painful aspect. You're leaving home at dawn.
Yes.
And if your car... These automatic cars that you can push.
Yeah. Then it goes up. Then first we'll give you 2 lights. Then now everything is
off. My goodness. Jesus That's when you know that, Charlie, it's not easy.
Oh. Okay. So the best part right now, we're offering a limited time flash sale on premium Amara batteries. You need to replace your battery, right? Now's the moment. They are built to last, deliver consistent power, and are perfect for everything from your private car to heavy duty vehicles. Plus, with up to 10% off during this flash sale, is the perfect time to buy. Don't buy the cheap batteries out there. Buy premium Amara batteries at unbeatable affordable prices. Get a whole 12 months warranty when you buy premium Amaran batteries from any of our sales outlets. Remember, this is a flash sale, so when it's gone, it's gone. Grab your premium Amaran batteries now and make sure you're always powered up and ready to go. Come to our sales point as Aseda House Motors and opposite Osu Cemetery, or call 0277 800 Samir Engineering and Trading Company Limited, Abosokai Runabout. You call them on 059 384 5863. And BO Akomia Motors, that's Abosokai too. You also father and son, yes, on 0244 478 815 for all types of premium Amaran batteries. Amaran batteries last long, really longer. Amaran.
I need to get one. Because the last battery I bought, it wasn't even up to 1 year. I was starting my car then. It didn't move. Let me get back to Martin Kpebo and Kwekwa Asante, who've both joined us again. So Martin, when you listen to the speaker, do you get the signal that he's going to abide by the Supreme Court ruling, or you get the signal that he will still stand his ground and insist that those seats have been declared vacant? Hello, Martin?
Yes, wait. Sorry, yes, I was also late.
Sure. Did you get the question? I was asking that when you listen to the speaker, what signal do you get? Do you get a signal he's going to abide by the Supreme Court ruling, or he's going to insist that those seats have been declared vacant?
Speaking from law, the speaker cannot openly say he will not abide by the Supreme Court ruling. He cannot, right? So what I see that clearly, being a politician, he will be open to maneuvers that will send a strong signal to the Supreme Court that the decision is not on. I mean, let's be very openly. The speaker is not daft, so it will be ridiculous and very, very amateurish for him to come out and say he will not abide by the Supreme Court decision. Not like the way Prime Minister Kusia said that no court can direct him. No court, you see. So speaker knows from history that it should be suicidal for him to openly say he won't abide by the Supreme Court decision. But politicians, as you know them, naturally he will be open to maneuvers that would make sure that there is a pushback. And that pushback helps. It helps the court to see that there is a limit to what the court can do. As I made a point earlier, it's not as if just because we said the Supreme Court has final powers of interpretation, then even when the occasion has not arisen, then they would come in and say what they feel like it should be done. You see, so a pushback is very, very necessary. As I said, we have to speak openly. I don't like this ostrich thing.
Okay.
A pushback is necessary to send a signal to the Supreme Court that there's a limit to what they have to do. There's a limit. When they say you are the final arbiter, it doesn't mean even when the opportunity hasn't arisen, you get up and start speaking. Maybe if my English is not that standard, let's come to Chi. You see how they say, opinion J manti. Opinion J manti. So the elder doesn't speak in a rush. No. It doesn't speak in a rush. Because for my life, I still can't believe the rash manner in which they went about the case. It's as if hell was breaking loose that day. When Parliament was yet to be recalled on the 22nd, and this decision was on the 18th, the rush was such an indecent hit that I just have lost track for the work that the Supreme Court has done on this case. And that is how other citizens have felt. And it's good that they get a strong pushback that there's a limit of J manti. And in law, that's what they are arguing. For them to have exhausted all those that are trying to get the speaker said and coming back to getting the speaker to come into court before a decision is taken. And you remember that even the Chief Justice had agreed with the speaker, and they came out with a circular that the speaker can be served only on Monday. Only on Monday, because they realized that Article 117 prohibits service when Parliament is in session. Yet can you believe that day in the ruling, the Supreme Court is now alleging that, oh no, that circular actually says the speaker can be served every day. I have looked at it a few times more, and I don't see. You see Monday clearly written there. I don't know if you have the circular. It says serve the speaker on Monday during working hours. Yeah, the Supreme Court makes a decision. The second one, when the speaker applies to set aside the suspension of his orders.
Okay.
It says that though the circular says it can be served every day. It's not borne out by the circular. So a pushback is very necessary. In a democracy, when somebody is overstepping his bounds, he has to be put in order. It's very, very necessary. That's why even though we say we are all law-abiding citizens, by this positive defiance, when the masses of the people get up and say this law will not work, what do? You pull it back. Is that not what we've done to LI 2462, the mining in the forest reserve? Yes, it's a law passed by Parliament, but when the citizens stood up and said, no, don't mine the forest, what have we done? We are on our way to pulling it back. So in the same way, a Supreme Court decision that doesn't fit with our sense of justice, as Article 125 gives the people to have their sense of justice, yeah, the citizens can push back, and so the Supreme Court will know what to do with such a decision. So please, let nobody say that anything the Supreme Court says will be implemented by hook or crook. That is not law. It's enough of the citizens feel that this is not good law. They will rise, and the Supreme Court knows what to do with this decision.
All right, Martin, thank you very, very much. Let me just finish with Kweku Asante. Martin Kweku is a private legal practitioner. Kweku, has anything changed? Have you seen any of the NPP members now?
Well, no change. Perhaps the bigger change is that we expect that very soon the Speaker of Parliament will come in, because I've seen some of his advanced team. They've already come in, they've checked the seats, they've checked around. His security team have checked all that detail. We expect that very soon his convoy will come in. He is in his office as we speak, and he has not come down to the Accra International Conference Center where the House is currently sitting. The other change is that more NDC MPs are arriving. The majority side is now filling up. There are about 70 NDC MPs that are currently on the floor now, who are taking their seats and waiting for the Speaker of Parliament to gather the House session. However, their colleagues on the minority side are not here. There are no indication as whether they are coming or not.
Thank you very much, Kweku Asante, our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, for that update. This is the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
CompuGhana Prime Cashback promo just got better. It's Prime Friday! Yes! This Friday and every Friday, CompuGhana brings you unbelievable massive price drops only up to 50% off. These are the deals you've been waiting for. For one day only, just 24 hours, you get price drops you won't believe. Get exclusive discounts, prime savings, and awesome surprises on your favorite products. This is more than a flash sale. Rush to any CompuGhana branch nationwide to enjoy crazy discounts. This is the pre-Black Friday feeling. Don't miss it for anything. You also get instant gifts and cash prizes just for coming through. Prime Friday, this Friday, 24 hours only. For more information, visit CompuGhana.com or call 030-275-2020 for more information.
Efia, I've been thinking, have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The MPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
Africa is growing. Africa is connecting through trade, business, family, and the knowledge we acquire across borders. Africa is becoming one continent without borders.
Own it with GCB Bank using PAPS, the one money transfer that connects us all. Available in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, Gambia, Kenya, Djibouti, and Zimbabwe. PAPS, making it possible to send money instantly across Africa, faster, safer, cheaper. For more information, visit any GCB branch or call toll-free 0800 422 422. GCB, your bank for life.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the 40th National Farmers Day and Awards Night. All farmers, fishers, and agriculture enthusiasts, get ready for an unforgettable evening of celebration and recognition at the upcoming AgriFest and National Farmers Day Awards Night. Join His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on Friday, 8 November 2024 at Alisa Hotel, Accra, as we honor our hardworking farmers and fishers. From innovative farming and fishing techniques to sustainable practices, we will showcase the best at an AgriFest from Monday 4th November to Friday 8th November 2024 at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park, Accra. National Farmers Day Awards Night and AgriFest. Let's celebrate the gallant food providers of our country to cover everyone.
National Health Insurance.
Great news! The National Health Insurance Scheme (NHIS) has waived the waiting period for all members aged 70 years and above. All 70 years and above are also exempted from paying a premium. Enrollment and renewal are absolutely free on the NHIS. Members who are 70 years and above can automatically access healthcare when they newly register with the NHIS or renew their membership annually. You are no longer required to serve the 1-month waiting period for late renewals. Dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma, let your old age be filled with good health and access instant healthcare at zero cost on the NHIS today. Download the My NHIS mobile app to register with your Ghana card or visit the nearest NHIS office. Terms and conditions apply. For details, contact the NHIS call center on 054 444 6447 or 0302 746 447. NHIS, your access to quality healthcare. This message is brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I sent the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double-track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double-track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Imagine having access to top-notch educational resources, no matter your grade of school or location in Ghana. With the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, you can tap into a vast library of resources, even in offline mode. From primary all the way to tertiary education, we've got you covered. As a student, you have access to past questions from 1990 to date for BEC, WASSCE, and tertiary test examinations. As a teacher or lecturer, you can hold virtual classes for your students and share your lecture notes for their use. As an educator or researcher, you can publish your books or articles for public consumption. And lastly, you have your own studies teacher or AI tutor who is trained to teach you in any subject topic till you fully understand. So whether you're a student, educator, content creator, researcher, or entrepreneur, the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank was made just for you. Sign up today at www.gksb.gov.gh. The Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank, where learning has no limits and the possibilities are endless. This project was financed by the World Bank under the erstwhile e-Transform project at the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization.
When I ruled in the matter of the vacation of seats by Honorable Kennedy Ajapong, Honorable Henry Korte, and Honorable Sarah Adjoa Safo, the question of the interpretation of the Constitution was not raised. When my predecessor declared the former seat vacant in 2020, applying the same provisions of Article 97, the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to interpret and enforce provisions of the Constitution was not invoked. Peace reigned in these instances, and nobody cried and ran to the Supreme Court under the guise of constitutional interpretation. If I may ask, is it a legal matter for the Supreme Court to decide as to which side of the House constitutes the majority or minority? It is for good reason that justice is said to be blind. There is no constitutional crisis in this country. I repeat, there is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country. The democratic system we adopted and enacted as captured in the Constitution 1992 and fleshed out in various laws, processes, procedures, and practices is what has been triggered, and it is working. The court cannot enjoin 4 members of parliament from serving their constituents for 12 weeks, but was very eager to deny the constituents of Asin North their representation because of the issue of allegiance. The court cannot deny the constituents of Sal the sanctity of representation for years. The court cannot even see that the Constitution itself permits a denial of representation within 3 months to the holding of a general election. It's in the Constitution. Let me state unequivocally, Parliament owes its duty to the people who established and elected its members to serve and represent them. The wheels of Parliament will continue to turn, and no person will be allowed to disrupt parliamentary proceedings or to undermine the democratic mandate of Parliament. Recent acts of the Judiciary and Executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament, which is the repository of the sovereign will of the people of Ghana. The current brouhaha may be likened to a power play between the arms of government, and has the potential to undermine our democracy and the authority of Parliament. Its outcomes could subvert Ghana's constitutional order and the democratic system. Ghanaians have toiled, sacrificed their lives, and shed blood to establish for decades. Parliamentarians who are to be loyal to Parliament rather than to the Supreme Court run to the Supreme Court at the slightest opportunity to use the Supreme Court to undermine Parliament. This might be one of the reasons Parliament and members of Parliament are not respected and treated with disdain. This was exhibited by the President's refusal to even receive the LGBTQ+ bill, duly processed and passed by Parliament without any legal basis. I'm the first speaker in the Fourth Republic. In fact, in the history of Ghana to work with a president who belongs to a different party, to work without a majority party in parliament, but with an evenly divided parliament, 137 apiece. That is a hung parliament. Decision making has therefore not been smooth sailing. As the Speaker of Parliament, I hold the balance in favor of the national interest, but sometimes bend backwards to accede to government requests because government has been given the mandate to govern. Ladies and gentlemen, recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament.
In your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
We are living in a country where the parliament is not sitting. What is going on?
There is no constitutional crisis in this country. I repeat, there is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country.
Constitutional crisis. We are living in a country where the parliament is not sitting. What is going on?
There is no constitutional crisis in this country. I repeat, there is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country.
Live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I know you've been asking the question, what's happening? A bit of, good reggae tunes on a Thursday morning is not a bad thing at all. And so for all of you listening to us in the Volta region, on Jubilee FM, Jubilee Radio in Keta, Volta Premier in Ho, Amenuveve FM in Aplau, Sun City Radio in Keta, Lolonyo FM in Hohoe, I've been there before, Kekeli in Ho, Fafa Radio in Joje, YFM in Kpando, Clenham Radio in Baton, Victory FM in Aplau, Swiss FM in Ho, Shine FM and Akpini Radio.
Since you're in the Volta region, I want to say good morning to the headmistress, the teachers at Ola Girls Senior High School.
Oh, okay.
MFR House School.
Yes. It's Ola Girls.
Yes. The school.
When we were in Mali School those days, we used to go there a lot.
What were you going to do there?
Fanfares. We go for fanfare.
Fanfare. So you want to go and dance and what?
No, I went for fanfare. So French Club was having a fun
program. But it's an all-girls school.
Yes, so French Club.
The idea of the all-girls school is to prevent others from interfering.
So French Club did a program, and it was the French training center in the whole of the Volta region. You understand?
So you want to do fanfare on French when there's Alliance Française?
Alliance Française in Accra. The boys always looked forward to those days.
Wow.
They looked forward to those days. They're in a hurry. They want to go to Ola. Anyway, one of those things, look forward. So they start giving days. 3 days more.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Well, did you know that all 41 LPG companies and the 800 stations across the country are 100% built and operated by indigenous Ghanaians? When you refill your cylinder with us, you support the growth of indigenous businesses and create more jobs. But that's not the only reason why you should choose them. Because their LPG distribution system offers unbeatable value, allowing you to buy any amount of the product in whichever quantities you need, making it incredibly pocket friendly. If you're worried about being cheated with them, you can watch Philly as your cylinder gets filled. Plus, they have weighing scales at every station, so you can double check the weight of the quantity filled. That's trust and transparency guaranteed. Switch to LPG for your vehicle, especially if you drive a taxi. It's environmentally friendly, helping protect our precious ecosystem. Go green with LPG and make a difference. Remember, when the last tree dies, the last man dies. Refill your LPG cylinder at your nearest gas station and help save our forest and environment. Let's protect Ghana for this and the next generation. LPG Marketing Companies Association of Ghana, your affordable, pocket-friendly, trustworthy, and eco-friendly choice.
Now, to all you female entrepreneurs, agribusiness owners, and young entrepreneurs out there, we see you and we know that you are doing wonderful work. We understand the challenges you face. Your story matters, and we are here to support you every step of the way. In partnership with the Mastercard Foundation, APSA is offering SME loans at an unbelievable, historic, Donald Trump-like 10% interest rates.
I have to visit APSA.
Yeah,
I need to expand. I need to expand my farm, so I'll be there.
Brilliant. And I had a lady from there some time ago in this conversation. They have already, and you can access up to $1 million completely collateral free.
Yeah.
This one is not compulsory. You have to go and sell your father's house,
No.
go and bring documents and go and even attempt to forge when you don't have. It's collateral free. This is not just talk, because they've already disbursed 600 million Ghana cedis, supporting 1,600 businesses within the past year. That's in the year 2023 alone. And they are especially proud that 67.3% of their beneficiaries are women-owned enterprises. That's very, very good. This is true women at the core. In fact, if there was a time that people should know affirmative action is being implemented, it's in this policy. Your success is also our success. And I've read some studies that suggest that women are more likely to pay loans than men. More likely.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're more likely to pay loans.
Yeah, more likely to pay loans than men.
Okay, yeah, they're more likely to pay loans from the banks.
Yeah, I went to write it on Facebook. It says about the money from the men go to the women. So why would they pay?
The money,
it ends up with the women, so
end up with the women,
so they can pay. But whose money ends up with the men?
No, but if you're going for money for your business, it should end up in the business.
All right. Now, so before I conclude that, if you're ready to write the next chapter of your success story, visit our SME project office or any APSA branch near you, or go to the website apsa.com.gh. Your story indeed matters.
So, are you a graduate from the University, Polytechnic, College of Education, Nursing and Midwifery College, or you have completed SHS and looking for the opportunity to study your dream course abroad? You can study in countries like Australia, Canada, UK, US, Ireland, New Zealand, and more. These countries have excellent reputation in teaching and research. You can work part-time to support your studies and get up to 4 years post-study work visa when you have completed successfully. Application for January 2025 is ongoing. Contact Astolinks to get information about admission, scholarship, as well as how to secure your study visa. Astoling is located at 4A Popo Street, East Legon. Call them on 0265 341070. 0265 341070. Visit their website, astolinks.net. Astolinks, pathway for success.
Now, this year's edition of the Kronti Ne Akwem Democracy and Good Governance Public Lecture of the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, promises to be exciting. Get ready for captivating reflections on a very important issue: the intersection of democracy, governance, religious beliefs, and development. I read this article by Professor Kwashiga, Kofi Kwashiga. He was for a very long time the Dean of the School of Law at the University of Ghana, on religion and the state. It is a very interesting article, but this conversation is just geared towards the intersection of democracy, governance, and religious beliefs and development. This year's public lecture will feature Emeritus Professor Jeffrey Haynes, Professor of Politics at London Metropolitan University, UK, as the speaker, and Winston, our friend, the chairperson, will be Very Reverend Professor J.K. Asamoah Jadu.
Yes.
Presiding Bishop, the boss, the presiding bishop presiding of the Methodist Church Ghana.
Great man.
Yes. Converging under the theme, Religion and Liberal Democracy in the Fourth Republic. Religion and Liberal Democracy in the Fourth Republic. And don't be left out of this lecture. Join the lecture on Tuesday, November 12. That's next week, Tuesday, at the British Council Auditorium. The time is 5:30 p.m. Come and let's explore how and why religion is consistently politically significant in Ghana and the democratic consequences of this development. Yeah, it's not only in Ghana. Have you seen that video? People praying in power after Trump winning. They went to almost like a prayer camp.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. You know, have you seen the video where somebody's saying, "Oh, Trump, somebody told him he's a great guy, he's the most popular person in the world." He said, No, he's not. Jesus Christ is the most popular person in the world.
He knows how to play the game, doesn't he? Anyway, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Super Morning Show.
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
They said it couldn't be done. They said it was a dream, but the NPP delivered free SHS. Over the last 7 years, over 5 million students have benefited from free education. The program has significantly increased enrollment and provided access to education for many who might not have had the opportunity.
Before, my family couldn't afford it. Now I'm learning a trade under TVET, and I'm looking forward to a brighter future.
Free SHS gave me the chance to go to senior high school. I'm studying science and dreaming of becoming a doctor.
Free SHS, investing in Ghana's future, one student at a time. Let's protect the future of our young people by voting number 1 on December 7. Vote for Baumia. Vote number 1.
Let me share my experience with you at the new Aqua Safari Resort. When you arrive, you're greeted by warm smiles and introduced to your 24-hour butler who already has your itinerary sorted. Enjoy water sports activities like jet ski rides, kayaking, water sliding, flyboarding, and castnet fishing. You can even have your lunch here on the boat cruise. Let the tour guides take you through the sceneries of the mangrove forest, the friendliness of the animals, while you pet and feed them. We chose to have our breakfast with a beautiful sunrise right in front of our cabin.
Visit Aqua Safari Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Daddy, I feel I'm
Della Papa, you can't survive a day without me. Oh, don't worry, it is on fire. Della, what's the problem? I've run out of gas, and today I don't have money. I have only 40 cedis on me.
Oh, ma. Who said you need a lot of money to buy gas? You can refill any amount per your pocket. Even sell 20 cedis.
Are you sure?
Ma, it's true.
Okay, hurry up. Go and fill 40 cedis for me right now.
Oh, ma.
My friend, go and fill it before the network in my okra cuts.
Oh, yes. Protect indigenous Ghanaian businesses, save over 10,000 local Ghanaian jobs, and salvage more than $400 million local investments by refilling your gas cylinders at your nearest gas station nationwide. LPG Refilling, your affordable, pocket-friendly, and transparent choice.
We know we shall win, and we know we'll survive. Yeah, shall wash away all.
It's time to impress. Caveman Watches presents the ultimate corporate gift. Elevate your brand with custom designed timepieces. From client appreciation to employee rewards, we've got the perfect watch for every occasion. Quality craftsmanship, your logo, our expertise. Caveman Watches, where time meets your brand. Order now for your next corporate event. Visit our website at www.cavemanwatches.com or call us on 0557 516 744. Caveman Watches. Be remembered.
Hey, is that Kuku? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh!
Ah, Evipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Ladies and gentlemen, recent acts of the judiciary and executive, and I see them as interference in the workings of Parliament, pose a direct challenge to the essence, jurisdiction, authority, powers, and functioning of the esteemed institution of Parliament. Both the President and the judiciary have sinned against the Constitution and must seek the opportunity to confess and repent to be forgiven.
Morning Show. Honestly, the cost of dialysis is an impossible burden to carry. Ever since this kidney failure diagnosis.
Hey, Makasada!
Get ready.
Every objection against you is hereby dismissed.
For Impact 2024 with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Isi Igeneba, Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asari, and Reverend Dr. David Entry, November 24th to December 1st, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily at Action Chapel International Prayer Cathedral, Dominion Arena. For inquiries or bars information, call 059-230-0069.
Do you want to study abroad? I present to you Astolinks International. They give professional advice on study visas to the USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and other European nations. They also advise on visa applications, general travel, and other immigration services. Call them on 0537 152 118 or visit them at 4A Pawpaw Street in East Legon. For more information, check out astolinks.net. Astolinks, pathway for success.
Honestly, the cost of dialysis is an impossible burden to carry. Ever since this kidney failure diagnosis, we spend over 1,200 cedis every week. I keep asking if there's no intervention for persons suffering from chronic illnesses in society. Considering all these economic hardships, isn't the government thinking of us? Aren't they? Is the NPP government saying they can't do anything about this? Grandpa, I can't lose you, Grandpa.
A nation that doesn't care for its sick is herself sick. Ama's painful story is one of what many Ghanaians are going through today. But there is hope for Ghanaians under the next NDC government. John Mahama will create the Mahama Cares Fund to support the cost of treatment of people suffering chronic illnesses such as kidney failure, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, hypertension, and other heart diseases. Ghanaians can access free healthcare at CHIPS compounds, health centers, clinics, and polyclinics, whether or not they have NHIS cards. These interventions will be major sources of relief for the millions of Ghanaians who are suffering from these chronic diseases and are often left to their own fates. Indeed, Mahama cares. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
She's just a girl and she's on fire.
Are you ready for the dance party of a lifetime? The Rotary Club of Accra Airport, Rotary Club of Accra Premier International, Joy 99.7 FM, and the Gold Coast Restaurant bring you Pop Chain 2024, a special dance party to raise funds for breast cancer awareness and screening. Come dance to the live music of the Lipstick Queens, the renowned all ladies band, as they give you a party like no other, whilst we raise funds for breast cancer awareness and screening to allow early detection in our communities. The Pop Chain 2024 will take place on Saturday, the 16th of November 2024 at the Gold Coast Restaurant behind the police headquarters. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and the party kicks off at 7 p.m. Tickets are selling at 200 Ghana cedis and are available at the front desk of Joy 99.7 FM and Gold Coast Restaurant. For your ticket reservations, call or WhatsApp 0244 663968. Go grab your tickets fast. To support this worthy cause and initiative, you can send donations via our mobile money platform by dialing *714*003*3# and follow the prompts. Pop Chain 2024 with the Lipstick Queens is here. See you there.
This girl is on fire.
I proceed to inform the House that by the notification of the polls, the following members of Parliament have by their actions vacated their seats in Parliament. The members are Honorable Peter Yao Kwache Aka, Honorable Andrew Amwako Asiama, Honorable Kojo Asante, and finally Honorable Cynthia Mamile Morrison.
The majority caucus immediately are boycotting Parliament until this matter is determined by the Supreme Court.
We want to make something very clear. The NDC members of Parliament are in the majority in Ghana's Parliament. We've made our position and it's so clear. We are not changing our positions. We see ourselves as the majority.
This is
It's a constitutional crisis. We are living in a country where the parliament is not sitting. What is going on?
There is no constitutional crisis in this country. I repeat, there is no constitutional crisis in this country. The Parliament of Ghana is alive and working. Let nobody mislead, misinform, or disinform you and the country.
Powerful song.
Yeah.
I trouble no one, non-interference, non-political. Which other one does he say? I eat nobody's food.
We eat somebody's food. Let me tell you about MTN, because they say if you are a registered association, professional body or union, they have an amazing package for you. And guess what? MTN Association Bundles is designed specifically for organized groups. Why won't you eat somebody's food? You don't cook all the time. They have customized packages for data, voice, and SMS, all at unbeatable prices. So whether you need to stay connected for business or social purposes, their bundles give your members the flexibility and savings they need to manage their communication on their terms. If you're ready for this unique offer, reach out to them at MTN Business by phone on 0244308111, by email at mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com, or their website at mtn.com.gh/business, or visit any MTN office near you. Get this offer now and let's stay connected everywhere you go.
Are you passionate about, okay, so can I say, I take nobody's wife? Oh, that one too, I can't say.
An African doesn't do that. So you can
Yeah. I'm a humble African, just like Fred. Yes. Are you passionate about corporate governance and sustainable growth? Join the Institute of Directors Ghana as they host the SIT IODGH Corporate Governance Excellence Awards and launch their 25th anniversary celebration. This year's theme is Environmental, Social and Governance, ESG reporting, essential layers of corporate governance and sustainable growth. A perfect platform for business leaders, directors, and governance professionals to gather insights on ESG principles and corporate responsibility. The event will be hosted by Reverend Mrs. Angela Carmen Apia, President and Chair of the Governing Council of IODGH, and they are honored to have Her Excellency Simeon Gaga, the Swiss Ambassador to Ghana, as a special guest of honor. Friday, 15th November, that's next week, is when this is happening. 6:30 p.m. prompt at the Kofi Ohene Konedu Auditorium at the UPSA. The dress code is formal. Reservations, corporate table, it admits 10 people, is 12,000 Ghana cedis. Non-IODGH members, 1,500 per head. IODGH members, 800 Ghana cedi. Now, if you want to sponsor this event or reserve a seat, please contact Miss Celestial Kujo at 059-399-9503 or Mr. Seram Mankra at 025-796-1522. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of Ghana's leading governance events.
Great. And Kenan Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of office essentials and equipment at affordable prices is introducing an online store for shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to cleanupstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free, and they would arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. But today is Victor Brache's birthday.
Oh, I didn't know Victor had a birthday.
Yes. So happy birthday to you, Victor Brache. It's also the birthday of...
Official birthday?
That's what I know, that today is his birthday. It's also the birthday of my very good friend, Saka Ayuba of Standard Chartered Bank, or Pebia branch. Saka Ayuba. So happy birthday to you, Saka Ayuba, or Isaka Ayuba. Saka Ayuba.
So Victor shares birthday with the multi-choice boss.
It's his birthday today.
Yeah, conflicting personalities, right?
It's a minute to 10. Thank you very much for joining us on the Super Morning